start. No. Okay, it started. Okay, good. And then we can start recording. And then I can put the music on. Can I? I don't know, my thing is broken.
Can I?
Let's do this. Alright. I think it's on. Alright, so let's pop up the chat. So you can read it if someone says something. And then I will do the same over here. As soon as it's unloading. Wow! Like the speed gets so fast that yeah, my chat. Pop up chat, put it up here. And then live chat. And I think it should be on public, yeah. Okay, I can now do the announcements. Here we just go
Great.
everyone. That. Send. How does it? And then here we will do the same. Live streams. Stream. No. Okay. Alright. Then, I think Harold, you will take over for the first section of the thing. You can actually show your cool... Wait, it's still loading. Why is it loading? Harold, fix your stream.
I know. I mean, it works for me. It works on my machine.
It works on my machine. Try closing it, sorry.
Should I reopen it?
Yeah. Voxela, yo, what the fuck? Alright. Maybe it's just my internet is super bad. But it's...
Maybe.
I will go live on Twitch and YouTube and I will... Hello, Chupac. Okay, now I see. So, show first maybe like your...
Perfect.
The Timmy quest. Just so I can put it in the video easy.
Oh, the Timmy, yeah.
I will actually do this right here. And move it down.
Okay. Timmy quest, yes.
Hey, what? Yeah, okay, show us the Timmy quest.
Okay, so here we have our buttons: help, do nothing, kill. You know. So this registers the shit, and this is the beautiful thing, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. So when you help him, you lose 3 strength. Yeah, get old. This I don't know what it does, but you know, if you do nothing, nothing happens to you because you know you did nothing. And then if you press kill, you get gold because Timmy is very rich, you know. And then the bot calls you a bastard. So you know that's it.
Okay. Can you show it in action?
Well then you'll have to show it on your stream because you see I can't share my Discord and VS Code at the same time.
Hello Turtle.
You can go into my test server, I guess.
Yeah, that I can do.
And I can show it off there. Or you can do it also.
I can do
you know.
So execute quest, right? And then Timmy.
It well nowadays it's quest execute.
What? Why?
Yes.
Well,
because it's better.
that doesn't
Trust me, bro.
Okay, Timmy.
Trust me, bro.
So here I can choose to help Timmy.
Tinny, yes.
Timmy. And then if I do /stats, I should have... Does it... Yeah, do you do... what? Why doesn't my...
Okay.
Okay, there. I have -3 strength. You should probably make a command
Nice.
to make this so you don't go on negative strength.
Yeah. Would you really like add us change that command? But you know, for now this works. You can also do nothing and kill, you know, to show off or whatever.
Can I reuse the same interaction or has it all been used?
No, I haven't implemented that thing yet.
Let's see, quest execute. I'm just gonna take it down here. And I can do nothing. And then kill. I mean, the kind of do nothing button is not really necessary, because, you know, if you don't want to do anything, you don't press any of the buttons.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Well, should I remove it?
I think so.
Yes, sir. You can tell the chat how I managed to think that it didn't work, but it was because I failed to spell 3 times in a row.
What do you mean? Oh, that thing.
You know, when I was the
Yeah.
buttons, yeah.
I mean,
I'm a bit stupid.
wait, give me quest. See,
Huh?
I'm just writing down.
Maybe I need to reload.
Alright, okay.
Or like relaunch it.
Where's my Visual Studio? There, boom. Let's see, Git. I think I have all of the up-to-date version, so the quest Timmy should be there.
Well, I haven't pushed things, but yeah, I removed the do nothing button.
Yeah. Yeah, but Hera had like space here and then a space here, and then he had small letters here and there, and then he was wondering why we cannot find, because you need to pass in the same key that you have here provided. So
Yeah, I was a bit stupid. Can you share in Discord also so I can see what you see, because I don't want to see what I already see. Banger music.
Thanks. We were like funny chicken game.
Yeah, you
I haven't
totally
tried
made
it yet. But I will try it after the stream, probably. Maybe. Probably I will. So, Harold will be doing a bit of streaming, because I haven't eaten. That's why I'm eating right now.
Yeah.
But Howell will be doing some stuff while I'm eating, and I will.
Howell, yes.
I would just judge him. But soon I will start working as well. Trust me, trust me. I try it and let me know. I will do that.
Right.
Yummy. Bread. So you're working on the red versus blue now?
Yep.
Oh yeah. For the buttons. Every time that we
What?
start a quest, we have to recreate those buttons. Or at least the idea.
No. No, because the ID works still with the same callbacks. We only need to change like the data to 0 again. Or whatever.
No, because if you start a quest, and then
Yeah.
it ends, and then you start the same quest again,
Yeah.
then you can still interact with the old quest to the same old one, or new one. Because they are the same button.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, because the only thing we need to reset when we start is the data.
Well, it kind of do matter.
The ID still works.
Because if you make something that will be different behavior, that you would not usually have access to a button or something like that, you can still have access to it because it's still in the old quest.
You mean like that?
Yeah. Or if it's a quest where some buttons only appear after some time, but now we can immediately access it, which should not.
Huh.
But that's just the idea that we need to change.
That sounds like a problem for later. Yeah, for the buttons when we recreate them. Yeah, that's easy to do though.
Like you could just add in the there. Just a generate new IDs or something like that. That's all what needs to happen. Could probably be a
Like I don't what. I don't understand how the for loop works, because this here is an array,
no,
but it gives
it's a map.
me strings.
It's a map. That's an iterator. Yeah, that's an array.
But why is it a string then?
But hover buttons. The buttons, the to the right. There, yeah. Yeah, values should be application. Tell it to be like.
Yeah, like I don't understand how for loops.
Do you on the button
weird.
colon app button? No, the in the const. You the where you, yeah, there.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Left hand side of.
I'll ask our friends at OpenAI.
Annotation. What? You cannot have a type annotation in a for loop. Okay, amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to, you know. Okay, well, like I asked ChatGPT this, and it was like, no, because when you for over, like, I think it shouldn't return a string, you know.
It should return a string.
Nah, it shouldn't. And I'm like, well, it does, and then it's like, no, it doesn't. So give me nighttime.
Try something with the. Okay, let's do for each instead. You take the quest.buttons and for each. And then you give there just a button, yeah. No, you have to do that. Is it like that? Okay, never mind. I thought it was after. That's okay.
Like, nah, yeah, I know, but I think it works no matter what.
Just work. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's great.
So now you do button dot. Oh, you have a reset inside of the button.
Yeah, I planned ahead.
I wonder though, should we make it still a helper function within the quest class so it looks a bit cleaner
within
when you call the thing?
Nah.
Okay.
This works. And I don't know what you meant anyways, so.
Member function that calls that, but yeah. In the base class of quest.
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like that? Oh, yeah, like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, what? No, that was fine.
No, I have a plan.
Uh-huh. Oh, amazing.
Damn. Yeah, well, that works also. Okay, well, back to this mess then.
Alright, I'm done eating, so I will just put my plate away and then I will back to coding.
Yep.
Hello, dude. Hello, me. Alright. So have you pushed anything or?
Nah,
Nah.
basically nothing.
So what are you working?
Well, I am used supporting the red versus blue thing, but the thing is, it doesn't want to work. I don't know why, but
Well,
yeah.
I guess I will join in on you then trying to figure that out, and then you can make a pull request. And then we can see what we
Yep.
do. Alright? Okay. So, if you're trying to work on red versus blue and it doesn't work, what do you mean it doesn't work?
Well, it doesn't work like currently, but maybe I fixed it now.
Alright. Yeah, we can. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, okay.
Did it work?
Do we allow people to just switch teams?
No, if you have joined a team once, you're in a team already. You're locked in.
Okay.
I mean, we could make it so
Yeah.
that we switch, but I don't think it's a problem. Like, if you select the team now, you're on that team. We could, if people hate it, we can change it, but I think for now it's fine. Like, you're on a team if you select that team.
Yeah.
But you got it working, right?
Nope.
What? Okay, what's the... Yeah, you can't really share what...
Well, I don't think I kind of have to log.
Log? You don't think...
Okay, that's my ID. Damn. Can it override?
Override what? What are you... I'm still on... What? What are you talking about?
Okay, well, what I'm doing is I have this map called Teams, and this is the ID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of the user, and this is the like team they're on.
Okay, I see.
Right? Yeah. And like here we clear the thing in the beginning when we start, and then we have this variable that is like can join.
Yeah.
And then we look through the like keys, and that's the like IDs or whatever that should be renamed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the can join, if it finds like one, it makes it false and then it breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, if it can join, then we set the ID and the team or whatever. And then here we just print some stuff.
Okay. And what's the problem?
Yeah. This stuff doesn't work. Maybe that's because I need a for each thing again.
Wait. I mean, where can I start? Wait, what happened? No, I'm trying to learn code through Odin project, but I got stuck at the part where I need to install Linux. Do you think it's important to learn code on Linux? Can I learn on Windows? If yes, what should I use? I mean, where can I start coding on Windows? I think
Visual Basic.
Visual Basic. I think
Totally.
like definitely Linux is really like a great system to even like if you don't have experience.
WSL.
Yeah, you could use WSL also.
WSL.
Yeah, that's probably like the best way to go, but it also may be a bit overwhelming if you. Well, I don't know. Like it's maybe not. Like what I do as well. You can have here Visual Studio Code. You can use, and then there is an option where you can down here to the left. You can connect. You can have a WSL, which stands for what did it stand for? Windows System Linux. What the fuck did it stand for? I don't remember.
WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux.
Yeah, Windows Subsystem for Linux. So then you run on Windows, as I do. I am running on Windows right now, but you have like a Linux environment here where you can still use like Linux commands. So you can still follow along whatever tutorial.
And libraries.
Yeah. So you can still like use Linux commands and run things for your system on this thing, but you're still like you have a Windows, but you're interacting still with the Linux. Ooh, are you asking me the one nerd or are you asking somebody else? I don't know. But yeah, I would say if you like, if it feels too much, I would really like. I strongly recommend to use Linux. Even if it's hard to get started with it, like setting it up, I would still like encourage you to try and go again and like until you make it work. And don't be afraid of breaking like stuff with Linux. It's kind of like the point with Linux because that's the best way to learn it, I would say. I wonder, I haven't really tried like your game yet, but the idea sounds interesting. I'm gonna try it once I'm done with the stream, as I said. But yeah, for me, I would really encourage you to still try do the Linux dual boot or something like that. There is like a couple of online pages where you can find these things and just step by step how to do it. And you probably won't know most about what they're talking about, but it's fine. Just do it as much as you can and you figure out a little bit more and eventually things will start to make sense. You don't have to like know exactly everything and you will break stuff, but that's how we learn. But if you don't want to, then the next best thing is WSL for Visual Studio Code. But I still recommend just going for a whole Linux distro. Ubuntu is really good. Yeah. So wait, where are you right now? What are you? What are you doing?
Works.
What? It works?
It works. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Now we have a little slight issue / problem. When do we even end this? Like, are there timers that have callbacks? Because if so, yes. If not, kill me.
Yeah, the thing is that I have just made it so that before, like, if the full team is set up, then it executes the end thingy.
Yeah.
But if there is no team set up, then it doesn't. I just ignore the
There is no
whole
max
quest.
team because I want everyone to be able to join.
Oh, look at this. People are actually having fun over here as well. Let's see.
What, people having fun? No. What?
Nah.
What?
Let's see. Can we go Gemini?
Where are they having fun? What?
In normal voice. Let's see. Is there a way? Well, I guess you could call an interval on the thing that somehow. Or you know what we could have? The thing that you spoke about yesterday? A quest service that manages all of this, and it just checks within an interval. Like, you could put it in 1 minute interval, you know?
Well, you see, I'm wondering if there is like a timer callback, so you could set a timer and then TypeScript just handles it, because that would be easier, I think. Like, we need a service to start a random quest, but I think the quest should handle how it like ends or whatever.
Okay, wait. Is there a way to put a timer callback in TypeScript?
Yeah, that's...
Discord. I'm also gonna provide Discord.js. TypeScript. Yes. Yes, you can absolutely implement a timer callback in your TypeScript bot. There is a very common requirement for many bots features. You will probably use JavaScript built-in set timeout and set interval function. The set interval function I have used, that just calls it every interval, but set timeout for a single execution after delay. Set timeout to execute the function you call once after a specified delayed. So you could use that, set timeout.
Okay.
Let's see, I think it's pretty much just passing the callback as a parameter.
Yeah.
So yeah, message channel send, and then you could also just provide that there. And we also we have this stored, right, as a variable how long a quest should be active.
Yeah, I guess if you want it to end in that way, you would have that.
So we could make it so, yeah. The only problem is that either the... Well, how do we do this? Because there's like... You can have the quest end by timer or quest end by when there's enough people who are participating in the quest, you know?
Yeah, I think that how it starts it's random, but how it ends should be just like the person making the quest. I think they handle that because it's like special cases, you know.
Well, actually, you could have... I'm trying to think. We could make it so that... how do we make this actually look like good so you don't really have to even worry about it? Is there a way?
Yeah.
You're thinking of that already?
Well, not like inbuilt, but you know.
Because set timeout, but you need to have a... I was thinking, is there like a way to just have a function that... This one would only work with... That you wouldn't even have to specify this, you know? That there would just be an integrated end function for every quest. That just says that...
That just exists, but we don't do... you know what? We could make like an end quest, an end override function, you know?
Yeah.
And if we don't specify how we end it,
yeah,
then like if we don't, it's like optional to override it, you know? So if you do override it, then you have to implement how you want to end it. But if you don't, then it's like a timer.
Yeah, and then you could just say, make some sort of message in the channel like this quest has ended, and then just so people know or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that should work. No?
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking
just
of...
this 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but you have the member variable, which is how many milliseconds they should be active.
Member variables don't really work that well with this, so you just have like outside of the thing.
What? No, if you go inside the quest base class.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't want to exist. It like
You have to say
breaks
this
shit.
that thing.
Yeah, no. It's just that it doesn't like. It doesn't work for some reason. I don't know.
Show me.
Okay. Let's just put that to 100 for now. But okay, let's say in the subscribe, you see this constant here. Yeah. So let's make this into a field. And now we go to run this. You see?
What happened? What is the error message? Fail to none. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's just better to have things
How is that
outside.
even possible? Because I haven't had those problems.
I don't know. It's like abstract.
But what's the point of having... But what if you made a getter? I don't know. What the fuck?
Yeah, what?
If you made a getter, get timeout seconds or something like that. It doesn't make any sense. Why would it do that?
I don't know. So we just make them outside.
Oh, because we're using callbacks.
Yeah, something like that.
Does it have a reference to this even? I don't know how TypeScript works.
It's some weird behind the scenes bullcrap, but you know this works like having variables outside, and it's like cleaner
Is
also.
That's why also red versus blue has problems because okay, you move teams outside. Okay.
Yeah, move those outside. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Weird. I guess it's cleaner though as well, but it's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's weird, but it's clean. So.
Well, yeah.
But this should now be.
It only works because we don't have multiple instances of these ones. If you had multiple instances, then again, would it work? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We'll make so this ends in 5 things or whatever. This like channel thing, I don't know, like should we implement this in another way?
I think it should just be a
like having the
when the application
like
starts,
a static thing.
It should just be a variable that you can access from anywhere. It shouldn't like you wouldn't even have to get it anywhere. It should just like you start the application and then it registers that in a permanent variable that you can just access anywhere. Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah, we can do that now.
And maybe we should rename it just to bot channel. I don't know, but yeah, we just use it for quest now.
We can say quest. Yeah, exactly. But we want this not to be exported.
You can make it static.
It's a namespace still.
Ah, okay.
It's okay. Do we? Yeah, we can declare it in here. It's like at the top or something, or not. We can just declare it here. Well,
You could have it also inside of the
I have
function
an
static field that
idea.
is the channel.
Well, I'm thinking as a getter.
Yeah.
Yeah. This shit is useless, so. Oh yeah. Getters can't be async.
Yeah.
But we can just calculate this when we load things,
What do you mean?
you know. Like when we load the things, then we can calculate what the quest channel is.
Yeah, I guess. Otherwise, kind of not redundant. We don't really need it unless we do that. And then we just store it in the... Yeah. Do we just call it channel or should we call it... Well, yeah, it's quest channel. Yeah, I guess.
Ta-da.
Amazing.
Even cleaner.
Yeah.
So nice, so nice. Okay. Well, now when it ends, I don't know what to do. Like, do we tell them that it ends and do the logic, you know?
I was thinking, should we have like... Okay, wait.
Or can we delete the old message?
We need
Or
to
make it inactive somehow?
We need to do an if check if you implement this. Like, actually, both in the own... Oh shit! Because you need to check if the quest has already ended, because you don't want to re-end it in that case.
Well, that won't be possible.
Well, it will, because if the quest, if you have like, this is 4 people you can join here, and then 4 people joins, then that you will call the quest automatically, but then after the timer ends, it will call end quest again.
No. The thing is, we will, in that case, I just don't think that will be an issue, because I don't think we want to have like multiple end cases.
Yeah, but that's what we don't. But then we need to check that you don't call end twice.
Well, I guess we can you like cancel a timeout?
Can you? Does it return a handle for it or something like that? Can you hover it and see what it does?
Maybe that's it. Yeah, you can absolutely do it. Yeah, apparently by Gemini's standards.
Gemini standards, awesome. Do it.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Oh yeah, but we don't have access to this again.
You said this? Yeah, but that's. We can declare the ID outside. It's fine.
No, because we don't want to be able to mess with this. We want that thing to take care of itself, so you don't have to remember it for every individual class.
Maybe we just make so you can implement your own end thing, but if you don't.
What we could do is like, man. We would have like you wouldn't. The timer would always call end.
I'm just thinking if we have the timer like inbuilt already, and it will always like after, for example, an hour end something.
Well, it will always end after you have I think you should use the member variable that says how much time you have on it. So if it's 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes. If it's an hour, it's an hour. But it has to be also like, why can't you access this in a callback? Wait, let me figure that out. Bothering me. I access
Okay.
this dot a callback. When currently recommend fundamental concept in Java, by extension, Java is related to how this is bound. The value of this inside a function depends on how the function is called, not where it's defined. When you lose access to this in a call, it's usually because the callback function is being called in a different context than where you originally defined it. No, it's not. This being unbound.
So bullshit.
Yeah, often undefined.
Yeah, but that's just how it is, man.
Let's see.
But like it doesn't matter. We can just keep everything outside anyways. But you know, if you want to really just know why, big mistake. This is TypeScript. We don't know why. We just know how we use it.
This is stupid.
Well, I have an idea. We could do like an end thing, you know, like an end function that is override, and after an hour it will always end, but you can end it like prematurely by doing like this dot end or something.
I mean, another way would
like,
just be to have a service that checks every minute if a quest should end. And then it would end it.
And then it would throw a callback to it, basically.
Yeah. That could work too, but...
I mean, since we want a quest service anyways that starts things, I guess we could have one that also ends it, or just in the same one.
I guess, because then we could make it
we'll
run that it runs every minute. And every minute it has a chance to call a quest, you know, and then you could just increase every minute it runs, but also it checks through every quest that have you ended.
Yeah, exactly.
But I need to figure out why can I not use this, because it says that if you're in the same place then it should still work, but obviously it doesn't. So it's like, what the fuck, that makes no sense.
Oh my god, bro, no, what is this?
Hello.
Hello, who is it? It is Cheesecake Cat. Hello. Lucas, I found probably the stupidest thing. This is so TypeScript.
What did you find out?
Are you looking at my stream?
Wait, now I'm watching. Yeah?
So you see, this runs perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if we run this, wow, beautiful. Well, now let's add a service.
Yeah, but you need to create the class.
What?
You need to create the class in here. Otherwise it won't. It's trying to get the class from the file.
Okay. Well, I'm stupid. I just thought it was like, okay, now. We have so many globes. I thought it was another globe. Do we store an array of quests here?
We store all
like
of the
active quests and stuff.
Or we can have just the active ones.
Yeah, like all the active ones.
But then we still need to go... Yeah, because then we just get one that is... Yeah, okay, I guess that's cheaper in a way, that we just get the ones we get when we get one, we get from all of them, but then we just store active ones, and then we just check every minute. Should you have ended, and then boom.
Well, you see, when you execute a command, I think that will call like the service, maybe. Or we need to like figure out how to start the quest or whatever, because that's both random, but actually I have an idea, and this actually works kind of good, because you see with this interact great, we can still keep this, but it's like and so every time that someone writes something, a value goes up, and then it checks a random thing, and then if that random thing is the like same or something, I don't know, just anything with this callback here.
Wait, that was
then
not
we
listening.
start
What?
like add.
What did you say?
You see, we can like by we need to figure out how to add a random quest at a random time.
No.
Yeah.
You just run
Something if that random time.
You just run every minute.
Okay.
You set an interval to run
well,
for
I
every
don't
minute.
really know.
And that calls a function.
Yeah, that's just not really.
Because then you can
Okay.
check every minute that has a quest ended, and
yeah.
then you can have like a counter that increases every time, and then it tries to execute a quest, you know. But it's like when it's 0,
Yeah.
there's 0% chance, and then it's like 1, and it slightly increases the chance, and then you can use that same counter when somebody does /prayer or whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's okay. That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Harold.
What? Yes. What?
You should be able to do .bind at the end of every callback and pass in this as a parameter. And then you should have access to these fields.
Okay. But
Try that.
why though?
So we can actually use the member values.
Okay. But why would we want to use the member values?
Because then we can just, for example, with the time thingy and everything as well.
Well, you see, we instance them only like once, and then when we start or whatever, we just like recreate all the values to 0 or whatever.
Yeah, but it would make sense in the case of having, I don't know, it feels better to have like, in case, like, because if you would have multiple instances of these, it would be nice to just have these fields also inside of the class. It feels weird to have them outside.
Okay. Well, if you really want them inside, we can probably do that.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I just need to like.
We can do that
do
after.
something real quick.
Let's first implement this timer thingy. So wait, what's happening? What? You're in the base class. Okay, yeah.
We are. Yeah. This is the like quest service, you know. So I think this is like an interval thing, which basically just runs it every minute or whatever.
Yes, that will run it every minute.
Yeah, but we can do it 1 second just to test.
Yeah, just for testing it can work too. Boom. Pretty cool, eh?
Works like a fish.
Like yeah, I like things how they work like a fish.
Yep. I just made that saying up because I didn't know what to say. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we just do a random thing. Maybe we have like a variable called like last time since quest that goes up by 1 every time it
Just
calls.
keep like maybe just a number or likelihood, something like that, because it will be used like, and every time a quest is called, it sets it back to 0. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we can just have this inside of this because apparently you like that a lot more.
Yes. Oh, export go. Bye bye. Or not? Undefined.
Yeah, this is an issue though.
Let's put it equal to undefined.
Well, then the type has to be possibly
but then,
undefined.
put it as question mark. You remove that and put question mark in the end of the zip. Not there. You remove that equal and undefined. What the
Nah,
fuck?
that works.
Nah, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Kill yourself in game or something. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Yes. Amazing. Yes. Questions, colon number equals undefined, yes. Okay. Do we have like an active quest?
What do you mean active quest?
So it's not another one. You know, it's like not another one. Like, so, or do we want to have many quests at once?
Yeah, we want to have many quests at once.
Bye bye. Technically, this is like a callback, isn't it? We'll see what happens. But we'll fix that with bind.
Yeah, just put bind there and it works.
Okay. Do we make so the questions like goes up? Or what? How do we do this?
So every time that quest is not executed, we increase the quest chance number.
Okay, but how do we like measure if it should activate?
We need to do a rand, and then we check if that is. If you want to, on average, we would like it to be every 60 minutes, you know. And this is called every minute, so we could have like 60 or actually 120 multiplied by, because then the maximum could be 2 hours. But 120 multiplied. No wait. No. Oh yeah.
It's just.
No, the interval will still be
yeah.
every minute. So this one will be just 60 multiplied by. No, it will just be multiplied by 60, right? Then it's every minute called. But.
So every minute, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then we will do random math multiplied by the.
Random math.
Yeah, multiplied. Math that's random multiplied by random math quest chance. And then if it's larger than
10 questions. Nah, that will always be basically.
No. Larger than 120 multiplied by random math. Does that make sense?
Less than 100 because we want it to be the opposite.
So
Right.
this means that. Okay, wait.
Yeah, but if it's less than 100, then we want to just add it to this, you know.
What? Oh yeah. But this would basically mean that,
Like that.
it will be at least 100 minutes before another quest is executed. And that
Yeah.
now will be
I
at
guess.
least 2 hours before a quest is executed, because random will always return in between 0 and 1. So it's actually 121 minutes before a quest will be executed.
Yeah, we'll have it as 1 for testing.
Yeah. And after that, the chance just increases, like it becomes 2 and then you multiply it, so it's still chance that it will be lower, but the likelihood is smaller all the time. What?
Yeah.
And then here, then you
What?
reset quest chance back to 0. And then we just need to get a random quest and start it. Do we have get random quest?
No, but we can figure it out.
I think we'll
Because we have them all, anyways.
Yeah. Hey, what? You just... What are you doing? Quest start. But you don't... You don't... You don't...
We want to start a quest.
Yeah, but...
I don't have the name, yeah, I know.
you just started a quest point. Okay, I was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you gonna do a return? Ah.
Yeah.
Is it better to use else's?
No, else's. You should like avoid using else's, I think. And just return because it's less indentation.
Yo, what's up, T-Chef? Yeah, but well, this doesn't get compiled. But in C or C++,
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it better to use else's, because then it's like, now it will still load the code, but if you just use else's, it just keeps the section of the code that will be relevant.
Load the code. What
Like-
is bro on about?
Like, if you have like if conditions, and then they will see that the if condition is true, it will not have to try to figure out the other else cases because they cannot be true. But if you keep an if, it will still have to keep in scope like the code that's after, even if it won't be executed, like with the return. I don't know. I just remember something.
Yeah, but you know,
like this.
return. I think they are speaking bullshit because that's not how it works. But you know, we can do whatever.
Mm. Oh, that's so disgusting. Array values.
Do you want me to use the dots instead?
No, I just say that the TypeScript is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I see now. I always forget to do the math.floor because
You're too good.
yeah, because I forget the numbers is everything. It's like
Yeah, don't forget. How do we get a name?
you can,
Oh yeah, aren't they stored as kids?
yeah, but you can still use the same oh well, yeah, this works too.
Same logic for yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a string. Or undefined.
Shouldn't be undefined, but sure. No,
Yeah.
don't throw, just console log here.
Don't you want to... Okay.
I think we should not use throw anywhere except for starting up the program. If something happens bad during runtime, we will just say that we will just do a console log broken or something like that. And then we can go and fix it later, but whoa!
One sec. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Yes. You know, I just made so if it finds it undefined, then it's just Timmy.
It's just Timmy.
Now it's testing time. Wait, we just wait. Oh, okay. Maybe we can console log.
Wait, what was undefined?
Nah, like nothing is like undefined that is made. So if it is, then it's Timmy. But I need to log some stuff because I don't see anything.
You should
Wait, I
actually
got
use
something.
console log before the if statement.
Wait, oh, that was console. Okay.
Because this value should always go up incrementally.
I guess.
Oh wait, but questions is undefined. Put number equal to 0 at the top. Alright, I would just console log the Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm console logging that.
And you should update how often? Every minute, right? Put it to every second.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah. Yeah, and it goes slightly up. Why is it?
Yeah, it's
every
not
other-
doing a bunch of random quests going to my test server.
Wait, did it reset? Yeah.
Ah,
Wait,
it
it
works.
does multiple ones at the same time? What?
No, but it's because it's like every second, bro.
Yeah, but it shouldn't still, like, it shouldn't execute on every... Ah, yeah, because... Wait, how is it possible?
What do you mean?
Because it should console log... It console logs every single time, but I never see one where it's larger than 1 in the chat shouldn't it say at least every time it executes a quest that it was larger? Like, what the fuck?
That though.
No.
Oh no, we haven't done the random here.
Ah.
Oh wait, no, that shouldn't be random though.
No, that should not be random. Oh, because wait, what? Quest chance. Ah, yeah, you should put. There should be there should be one in the print. You know, you have the random. Oh, you need to multiply the quest chance by random in the if condition. And it's larger than 1. Oh yeah, and then in the if condition as well. You need to do it in the if condition as well. No! You need to multiply by chance as well.
No, because this is already
it's already
doing it in
multiplied.
there.
Okay, I see. Bruh. Okay, so there it went over and it went back, and then it went... Wait! Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because it's random. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. That is correct.
Yes. Yeah, it's just filling the sheet with random quests now. Yeah, I mean it works.
Awesome.
Yeah, so now we just make it to the actual times.
Yeah. And,
okay, so now every like at least 2 hours, but it like maybe we should make this the quest chance, and then make so it just adds a random. Or no?
So
then update is just
quest chance would just like increase every time it's called by a random value. I guess in that sense it would be like the best case scenario would still be that it would just take 2 hours for the quest to execute, but it would also be like a lot lower.
Less probably.
Yeah.
I could, yeah, possibly, but we could be like cap it like with a floor, you know, like from 1 to 3.
But then you would have to multiply it by 3. The response.
Well, no. How math.floor works is it is between this like from 0 to 3.
Yeah. But yeah, because you still because if you
this works.
But yeah, I guess.
But this is every minute, you know. So every minute this code will run, and it checks if the percentage or if, like this is the basically.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be named to like quest chance minute.
Because it's also, it could be just quest chance increase, and then people could do /prayer and it just increase quest chance number.
Yeah, should we do like well, I don't know, maybe we could do so if people type pray, then it goes up.
No, they type subscribe to Lucas.
They just pray, not. Oh, yeah.
No, when somebody joins the Discord channel, it increases this thing immediately.
The Discord channel, you mean the server?
The server, my bad.
Yeah, but how do we get when someone new joins?
I think there is probably like an interaction for that. Because somehow they have made a bot that it announces when people join, you know? So there must be a way to just get that. Well, you can also get the list of players and you could always just check that.
Yeah, but yeah, there is apparently.
But for now,
let's
focus on the. So now we have that quest starts. Now we need to stop quests if they are not being used.
Yes. So they should be like still just in here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But
so
do we keep a list of
how do
active
we do
quests,
that?
or do we just go through every quest either way? I think we should have a list of active quests, right?
I think that's like the only way to do this.
Well, you could also just get all of the quests and just ask, are you active, are you active, are you active?
Nah.
Because you have
Like,
all of the quests already inside of quests right there in the constant.
Well, what I'm thinking is that instead we have a list of all the active quests, their names basically, in an array or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we just add, it's like we could have a map actually, a map, where the key is the name and then the value is like a number, which is the time, and every update we decrease it.
No, but we already have the end date for a quest stored in the quest itself.
Well, that shit is garbage.
What the fuck is wrong?
It would just be better if we did it through callbacks, or I mean like services.
So...
But I think my idea is pretty solid.
No, because then
No.
you want different quests to have different kind of timeout when they can be activated again.
Yeah, but we could like maybe add an optional value that you can have on your class that we just read, because we will get access to the class or quest. I mean.
Yeah, but the quest, they have the end date.
Well, yeah, and end date will just be like milliseconds.
Yeah, but it can also be like, for example, the dragon campaign that it's 1 week period, and then like once it's activated, you need to wait another week before it can be activated.
Yeah, then you know this like 120 that we have here?
Yeah.
I think that we would then just kind of get like have like that as a value, you know, like max end date or whatever, or like max end minutes.
What do you mean?
And I don't know, man.
Because we want
maybe we could do wait, I have an idea. So every minute we could run every quest with the update. So we would make the update take in a quest, and then every update, every time this interval does something, then it goes through all of the quests and runs them in the update. Kinda like an ECS.
But we don't need to update quests that are not active.
Well, technically all of them will be kind of active,
Well,
but not really, you know.
you just need the ones that are active right now. Everything that has a end date that is still valid, we don't run, are not running, cannot be running. Yeah. Because I'm thinking like the end date would still sort of like you would go through, you would have the active list of quests, and then you just check that if the end date has passed in an active quest, then you end the quest. And otherwise, when you get the random quest to execute, you just check that is the end date valid. If it's still like not valid, then you don't activate the quest.
Okay. But the end date, isn't that just the like max end date?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that is also like when you create the quest, it's also like stored the end date, so it automatically just takes care of itself.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And then we can probably check like in the update for all the active quests if they well, I'm just thinking that we could instead do something like that, but instead of keeping active quests, we can probably just calculate which quests are active, you know.
No, like calculate. Well,
if the end date is like larger than, like, we can probably store the end date as the time that the person sets, and also like plus the current world time. You know, and then check like if the end time.
That's
or
what the
something.
quests do right now.
Yeah. Okay. How do we even make this?
But like, do you want to store a locally an active quest array, or what are you thinking?
Like either we do that we store an active array or map or whatever.
Yeah.
Or we do that the update takes in a quest and we run through all of the quests. But I'm just thinking about which one would be better to do, like based on how you create the quest.
Well,
Now I think that having like every quest and having like an is active on top of it
there is
better.
Alright.
Well, yeah, but like you see in the quest, I don't think we have that actually.
Active, there it is.
Yeah, but we could probably just make that a getter.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just really want to get rid of this like generate end date and is a quest active.
But it's automatic, you don't have to worry about it, just work. Oh yeah, but you have to call it generate end date. Unless if you make the constructor of quest. Are you using the constructor anywhere? I don't know. Then you could make that automatic.
Never mind. Okay.
What?
But what I'm thinking is that we just have a variable called isActive.
Okay. But how do you then specify for each quest individually, like how long it can be active?
Well, we could just have like a abstract value. Well, we can just store this as a variable. Okay, so we have this like is active basically, and then we have another abstract thing called like max end date or max end time.
Max time alive, max time active.
Max time active, yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Do we put it in milliseconds? We would also put ms.
I guess. Well, maybe we want it to be minutes though, because everything else is doing minutes.
Everything else is in milliseconds. You just convert it into...
No.
You have to provide milliseconds
We have
into the functions.
Well, you said the update only runs every minute though.
Yeah, but you provide milliseconds into it.
The interval.
Yeah. You have to always provide milliseconds into the things, so I think it's just easier to use milliseconds as a...
Well, we can just like add 1000 times 60 times the like max active time. Because I don't think you want to like do milliseconds calculations every time.
No, because you just do 1000 multiplied by 60 and multiplied how many minutes you want. It's quite easy.
Yeah, but like, are we ever gonna have a quest that is less than 1 minute long in like time?
No, but it's just easy to pass the variable into the function. Then.
Well, it's not very challenging to like do 1000 times 60 times the value.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why just not do it here, and then you don't have to do it in every other spot?
No, I'm thinking if we store this like in minutes.
But then you have to do it also in other places. Like if you ever want to do some other calculations, you always have to do this. Instead of just doing it once when you store the variable, you provide milliseconds.
Oh, you mean for like calculations?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair point. Yeah, I mean, if it's for calculations, yeah.
Yeah. Because in date at least, you have to, I don't know, can you do with minutes maybe? But I have only done with milliseconds, that you add milliseconds to a date and then it calculates what date that would be.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to figure out how this like read-only works.
What do you mean read only?
Ah, nah, that's useless garbage. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All of this, just yeah. Maybe we could make the max active time not abstract though, and make a default value for it.
Yeah,
And so you can implement it if you want.
Yeah, that you could just put it 10 minutes by default.
Yeah, okay. And then is active. Now we want to go in here apparently.
Oh yeah, this is the generate random quest from before. But you still need to check
What?
before you start the quest. You need to check that it's not active. So you still need that logic.
I think your internet is bad. I don't hear what you're saying.
Bruh.
Yeah, okay. Fabulous. I'll just ignore that ever existed, okay? It's cleaner. Trust me, bro. Okay, well now in the quest surveys, if we make so this starts, we have this random quest name. Yeah.
Wait, so asynchronous... Okay, this is just random question. Asynchronous functions, they are just called immediately, like... They are just called like they would, quote-unquote, be called asynchronous. Unless if you call await in front of them, then they can... Then they wait until they are done.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you don't use await, then it will like run it step by step, just in the program eventually, or like, you know.
So you could call off the async without await, but then just take the parameter and call await for it if you need it by that time. But you should actually call all the async in the beginning of a function.
Yeah. You should, because you don't. It just clutters up the shit otherwise. Unless you want the data and then you do some calculations and then you want to use the data. But I don't know why you would not just call the data like afterwards. So it's kind of useless.
Well, I guess the database calls, like to get the user, like first just check is it a valid user and then do the database call, because then you can still do like the other checks that was the button right pressed or something like that, but you still process the call and then you just call await inside of the if conditions. In that case, or whatever you anyways. So you can start allow processing the database call.
Yeah, I guess.
Even it's not used, but it's like you're not losing time from it doing the database call. It's the database working on it then.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm wondering though, how do we get? Because I kinda need like the quest. Well, I get. Yeah, no, I'm stupid.
but Ah.
So now we have the actual quest.
Mm. I
A
wonder,
lot of
would it be
things,
better
I don't know.
to just... No, you can't do it. Hello.
Yo,
Yo, it's T-Chef.
Hello.
I just set up like a thing that generates air from spinning. I don't know what this called in English,
Fan.
but it's great. A fan, yeah, exactly. Now I'm finally not so
No, don't
hot
use,
anymore.
don't
30
use
degrees.
those. Just ask if quest. And if quest, then you execute. If not, then you just do console log no quest.
Well, you see, this, even if this is undefined, it can't be undefined because it's Timmy.
Yeah, but if you don't, I just don't like these JavaScripts bullshit.
Well,
Because
you.
I don't want it to randomly
Well, you
crash.
see, it can't.
No, you don't know
It
JavaScript
can't
like I do.
crash.
No, do.
It can't crash.
No, we have taught this before.
I
and-
trust me.
No, I don't. Put an if.
No, trust me,
No.
it can't crash because
Just
the thing is,
just do if no quest return console log no quest found. It's one line.
no, because Timmy.
no,
because
no,
Timmy.
No, do that.
Timmy.
No.
You, Timmy.
Timmy can suck my balls. Do if.
Timmy, cancel. Timmy's a child.
I didn't know that before I said it. All right.
Damn,
Yeah,
this
because
is,
now we get
Yeah.
cancelled.
yeah. But
Fuck
you said some
Timmy.
stuff before that could also
Do
cancel him, so I
quest.
don't know. Lucas, get only fails if the key is invalid, which it
Yeah.
can't be, because if the quest index
Yeah,
is
no,
invalid,
but
then it's Timmy.
no, I rather have it console log the thing so I can read the console and be like, okay, something is very wrong right now, rather than the whole program crash. What the fuck are you doing now? No, that's the same solution to the previous. No, don't do that. No, stop. Just do an if no quest return console log error quest not found. What the fuck is this? This should be illegal. Thank God it is. Oh my God.
We're doing some ternary operators now.
No, you can just
Yes.
take one new line and do the if condition. Bro, one new line. That's-
No,
Bro,
I don't think so.
stop being greedy for lines. Do they goddamn it?
No, bro. Lines are valuable. They are like currency.
Yes, but this is a good line. Bro, you know this will still like auto format to be nasty. You have it the wrong way.
I don't have a formatter.
You have to do the quest. That quest get quest name again. And then the the other way around. Yes, like that, and then colon the console log. But you have to do a return. Because otherwise you will have problem with the because you don't have the quest. If no quest. What?
Solutions. Yes.
What the fuck is this? No, what the fuck? No.
Bam! Now this is a solution.
This
Oh,
is-
so
this is-
beautiful.
This is no.
Mm.
Bro,
Mwah.
just
Mwah.
the if condition. Bro.
Oh, I'm happy you guys can't see my Steam messages because I got a Steam message from a random guy and it was just the N-word. Okay, bro.
Be peaceful here at the Lucas channel. Trust.
Yeah, don't think about like 5 hours ago. Yeah, don't remember that.
Yeah, no. Do you have to do return
Can't
console
you
log?
do a try catch?
No. Because I don't. Well, I guess we could do a try catch, but isn't that even more ugly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just know that this line of code will never run.
That's what I'm hoping, but you know, the things that we have done, it has proven wrong when we have said this before, so.
Yeah, except that if you see the key is always correct because of Tammy.
Yeah. But
Tammy always exists.
What if something doesn't work with you move some things around before commands or requests are registered, and then they don't exist, and then you run this thing, and then the whole thing crashes.
Never will happen. It won't happen.
Yeah, tell it to me when it happens.
Yeah, I will. Oh, you know what? If this line of code ever runs, I will personally do nothing.
That's crazy.
Deal.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Yeah, deal. Great. Bam. Amazing.
Wait, but you have to check first that it's not active. You cannot activate a quest that is already active.
Good point.
And that we should actually do it. Oh my god, take back the code that I had from the last time. Because what that one did was it.
I don't think so.
Because what it did was when it succeeded to activate a quest, what it did is it took a random index, and if it could not activate that quest, it took the next element in the index and tried to do that until it went all the way around.
So you want when a quest is deactivated, we just immediately do another one?
No. If it gets a quest that cannot be activated randomly when it should activate a quest, and it cannot activate it, it will take the next quest in the array, and if it cannot activate that one, it goes through until it finds one, and it only goes through once, and then it just let it go again, and then yeah, and that I had in the previous code snippet that you just removed because you think you're better than me, and then you don't even write if conditions to check if everything is like this guy.
Yes. Yep. Totally agree. Yep.
Because otherwise you could get this quest that is only activatable once a week, and it just, you know, then it's just, you can have that happen 3 times in a row, and then you have 8 hours of no quest being executed because you just happened to get a quest that couldn't be activated.
Or Timmy.
Or what? No, what? Or Timmy.
Timmy.
No!
Timmy.
Timmy! No! Stop it!
Yeah.
Stop it! Don't.
Timmy.
You know what we should actually do?
No.
We should take the pair of. We get the iterator.
The pair? What?
Oh my god, no! We have already quests. Can't we just get a random element of the map instead, so we don't need to do these ugly get things and not use them, right? And you can do that, right? So you get the, so now you get a random pair of, and now you say quest.values, right? Or how do you do this? Quest name. It's not the quest name you have. You have a actual, you have a pair, like you have gotten one sets of, yeah, because you have now type string base. So you do, what the fuck? What are you, no, stop what you're doing, stop. Oh wait, no, yeah, you can do that, yeah, do that. What? No, what are you doing? Go back to, you go quest.
Everything.
You remove the, you have quest index, this is actually just quests, you get in the quest name, you actually get the pair of, from the array, right?
Well,
Yeah, see,
you
if you hover
see
it,
about this?
Hover it. What? That's nasty. I think it's
Doesn't
better.
this work?
No. Just don't give a default value. Just say, if this is invalid, then you do the return console log.
Bruh.
Yes.
You see, it doesn't matter because if this is undefined, it will run this code anyways. So
Yes. Perfect. So
how do I
now,
get the name, bro?
now you have quest, and now that is quest base. So now you should be able to do index 1, and that should give you the quest base that you can ask all the other things that you want. What the fuck? No. Okay, do dot instead. No. What? Just do quest dot undefined. What? How can it be undefined? We already check if it's. No wait. Ah yeah.
No, because it's undefined there
Yeah,
currently.
there it's undefined. But in other places you can use now both of them to access the thing that you want. But dude, it is undefined if you get to this spot.
Bam.
What the fuck are you doing? What? How much crack have you spoken this morning?
Spoken. I'm wondering how much crack you have spoken, bro.
Fuck. What are you doing? Bro, you
No,
can't do
why
that.
can't I do that? Bro, I just want to know you when you lied.
Bro, I
This
just
is
helped
so
you
much
delete
to
2
ask.
whole lines, and now you're still trying to get rid of my return statement.
Yeah. Yes. I can't have no garbage in here, bro. I want as few lines as possible.
But you still need to add that goddamn code snippet that you deleted from quest.ts, the command.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah, put it in there. Put it in there. You have to control set a little bit. There it is, that beautiful monstrosity. You don't need the whole thing, you just need a for loop and modify it.
Oh my god, bro, what the hell is this? No, what is this? No, I can't look at it. No, it's so ugly.
What's ugly about it? It's quite clear what it does.
Why are you using indexes when you can just run through it with a for each?
Well,
So no,
because
it's so bad.
this
It's
one,
so bad.
I prefer indices, alright? I like numbers.
Yeah, I do also, but it's not the TypeScript way of doing stuff.
But just you both of us know TypeScript is ugly as fuck.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the ugly as fuck way instead of doing this other ugly as fuck way.
I miss
With
C.
numbers and shit.
I just wanna go back to C.
I'm missing, bro. I'm missing. I want to have types. I want to have types. I want functions that don't have 20 return things.
I agree. But take this monstrosity
bro.
and put it in your shit and let's adapt it.
Bruh. No.
Actually, this
My eyes.
this will also, it will be, how will it work? Yeah, it's you see that you take, I also take the array of quests, but you use just quest immediately. So we'll just do the same thing, kind of, you know.
I mean, that works, I guess.
What? No, wait, this cannot just work like this. Wait, bro. Because what we do, you need to say quest.quest, right? Or wait, where are we? Yeah. Where the
Quest. Where?
Wait.
No, bro, it's a tuple.
Oh, wait. You're already inside of the quest. Ah, okay. That's why you don't need to say it. Okay. And then first index, and then you just take a random value, and then you get that thing, and then you you go through each and every one of them, and then we can remove the console log. We don't need it. And then if quest exists and quest is active is false, then you start the quest, else it will just try to get the next quest. And then it reaches, then it has gone through the whole array, and if it reaches the whole array, then it just continues. It was like no quest ever happened. And you can remove the things that you have at the top there. Yeah, and the quests... Oh wait, you passed the... Yeah, delete that as well. And then you just replace... Ah, okay, wait, what? But then you don't... Yeah. A beautiful array.
Well, let's see how we can clean this shit up now.
Well, you can't clean it up anymore, it's beautiful, it's perfect.
Bro, look at this code that you wrote, and now we go over to this code that... Oh yeah, I forgot to clean this up. Okay.
I didn't clean that shit.
Yeah, that's awesome, that's...
I think
okay, but
that's
what
the
I
cleanest
want to do
form
is
I
just
have
clean
ever
up.
written in my life. Okay, not really.
This
cleanest
is some
type-
average C code. Average C code be like...
What's wrong?
No, I think even my code
Routine
is
or
prettier right now.
Yeah, bro. Like, Lucas is writing in another language right now.
How else are you supposed to write this
You see
shit?
what we can do? Like that.
Why would you do that? Now
Because it's nice.
Now you will go for each. Well, you're going through for each.
I can't type.
You're going for each quest, and in each quest you do a random index based on the length of quests inside of each, when you have each quest element.
Yeah, I have a better idea.
No, you can't do this. Then it will always start from index 0 and try to activate it. And if it's always activatable, then it will always activate the same quest over and over and it will never reach another quest.
I have an idea.
Okay. You're just gonna end up writing my same for with different variables and be like, look at this, so much cleaner.
Yeah. Now, I'm presenting to you the smartest solution mankind has ever made.
I'm waiting.
BAM!
But doesn't that just cuts off the last few quests in the array?
No, it's like this is the start and then it goes up and up and up and up and up.
It does? So it
Yeah,
just
like
resets the
if you
start
want to
point.
specify from, if you want to like from 0 to this, then you would do this. So that's from 0 to that,
Uh-huh.
and this is from that into infinity and beyond.
But it loops back.
I don't know.
Bro!
I don't think so.
It needs to loop back.
Well,
If you have like from 0 to 5 and it random generates 3, it needs to go from 3 to 5 to 0 to 2. What the fuck does shift loop?
we can probably shift it all. Um,
It says that the random... Wait, wait. Bruh. Expected 0 argument, but got 1. No, shift is expecting to get not a 6. Why do you need for loop each shift?
Bruh, okay, 1 second.
Just create a new array of all of the elements and stitch them together. I don't know, man. I think mine's pretty good as it is, you know?
Walter, put you what? No, what the no?
Don't
What
just
do you
don't
mean I
put any
do
random
it?
code in there, trust me. Like, fuck, bro. If you do that, then I swear to God, I'm about to whoop your ass.
I have no S.
Ah. Well, I'm about to whoop your nothing then.
Damn.
Yeah, that's right.
This you will like. Look at this beautiful masterpiece from Gemini. Bam!
No, we are not doing that.
Don't you like that?
No, I don't. The fuck does it do?
What? Everything.
Cannot find name quest array. What? I still prefer my option. This is like
This is more TypeScript, bro. Just get with the times.
No, we are not. No, bro. This mine is even shorter. Mine has way less lines and is way cleaner. Like, what the fuck is this? What am I reading?
No, guys, if it works, it works.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11.
And I also removed 1 here. No, we don't.
You didn't count the last one.
Oh, sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And don't forget, I removed 1 line here for the random thing.
What did you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Technically, because I removed this like random thing here. Yeah, it's only 2 more lines, but it's triple as clean.
It's not as clean like those fucking dots. No, we use mine. That's I can't.
I don't think so. No.
Like, how does the slice even work? You don't even use the wrap thingy. What
No, we don't need it.
Oh god, no! No! What is this, bro? No, we don't use this.
Even less lines. Oh, free.
But if you format that thing, then it won't be less.
If you format it, if I format it, nothing happens.
You could put all of mine on the same line and we just have 1 line.
You can do the same for mine, bro. But like, look at how clean
So how
this
does
is.
this thing work, huh?
It takes the array and then it just adds it, and it's from this to that, and then after that it adds from 0 to that, so it basically displaces the entire thing.
So, but does it include the random quest index also, or does it include it twice?
I mean,
like,
yeah, because I need
which
to slice
slides
it twice.
includes the random quests?
Both.
So I have
do you
it twice. Yeah.
Yeah, but one is different because it's from. You see, this one here is from the random index, and above.
You know,
Yeah.
I still think that mine is even more optimized because you're creating arrays on arrays with this thing, but mine is just using the same arrays, just going through with index.
Yeah, but your one looks also awful. Awful.
I think it looks sexier, but sure.
Nah. Yeah, this is more TypeScript, bro. You skip with the times.
No.
Yes.
This is disgusting.
You're disgusting. Disgusting. You know that mean.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Okay, well, now they should just kind of work. Bam. Now it works. Well,
The quest is
I
actually
have like an idea.
should be called from the quest itself when you start. You shouldn't really have to do it in here.
Yeah, that was my thought also.
Yeah. Yo, do you play Roblox? I have a Roblox account, but I don't play. Silly cyborg. I haven't played in a long while, but let's see. What did you do?
Just added some logs because before it just threw undefined.
Oh yeah. Because I'm making a Roblox game that
Which
needs
Roblox?
some beta testers. I mean... You could...
Lucas is a very busy man, but you can
Yeah.
probably get help from like people in the forums.
Yeah, on the Discord. I think I have a link to join the Discord server, probably in the stream somewhere, so... You can try there. Allow people to have a forum channel where you can post projects that you're working on and if you need testers, or you also have a self-promotion channel where you can post if you want to. But I think most of the people who consume my content are kind of like programmers themselves, but you can still try, and I can see also in that case also if people are interested in that kind of stuff. I'm not sure, but great to try.
Well, there are some people that make Roblox games, I know.
Yeah.
They might want to test it.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, now we need to add the like end system thingy. Do we like add a thing in here called end quest? Use boilerplate.
Yes. We could also make it abstract, maybe, that you have to.
It's a namespace. Stay.
But I was thinking.
For the 20th time. You mean the base?
I was thinking in the thing itself have a end, yeah. Wait, how are we thinking about this, okay? Because, yeah, we need to make an abstract inside of the quest, because every quest needs kind of like an ending handler or
So they
something
do.
like that, how it handles itself. But
Okay.
so you can call it
I don't
either
know.
by just actually like enough people have approved of a quest, so to speak, and then it will end it,
Yeah.
or the quest service will call end on the quest, and then it will go through the same process.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. But the thing is, you can't make an async function abstract because as soon as you make anything async, and remember that this language is like 90% just async functions, but you can't make a constructor async, you can't make a getter async, you can't make a abstract thing async. You can barely make anything abstract or async at the same time or whatever. I can speak.
Oh, so that's why you have the start there not being abstracts.
Yeah.
One on a...
You see, this is what happens.
I see.
Icy? What is icy? Well,
It's spicy, but you know it's icy.
spicy?
Spicy ice.
Ice spice? Ice spice?
Ice spice with my little eye.
I know. Nah,
Um,
bro, play too much Game to Dash.
for real. Anyways, okay, now we have the end, and then we probably need the end in here.
Yeah.
Or do we?
Do we?
No. No,
Okay,
no, no, we don't.
let's go backwards from like. Wait, how do
Well,
we?
do we?
How do we like if how do we check if you go back to the timer thingy?
The timer thingy.
Yeah. The one that starts the quest randomly. The interval. This one, yeah. So in the update, we need to check. We need a list of active quests, right?
Yes.
So let's do that first. Let's create a list of active quests.
Well, I think you used that to do some boilerplate before.
No, because I was thinking if you think in that order, like, how do we? Okay, but like when we have the system that it will go through each of the quests that are active, and it will check if it's active, then it doesn't do anything. If it's not active, then it will deactivate it and remove. Bless you.
Oh.
Then it will try
Yes,
to
thank you.
deactivate it and remove it from the list. What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, if you could make a function that has, like, pre-built code, but then you can just add more code.
Yeah. Can you do that? I think this. If you now write your own end function, it will overwrite this. But how do we check if is you have the is active
No, that's so stupid. What? No, why does this exist?
what are
What?
you talking about?
What? Who? Um.
What are you
Okay, wait, I gotta go,
Yeah,
guys. I gotta go.
Alright.
See ya.
Okay, see ya. Bye. See ya. Wait, what was I gonna say? See ya. No, it's like see ya later, the allocator.
The allocator. And allocator?
Yeah, also the allocator. But you're saying that like cheesecake cat made that up. So
See you later, the allocator.
mine was like just see ya later allocator because the allocators don't exist. But whatever.
See you later, allocator.
Anyways, back to the figure.
I think it's cooler.
Allocator.
See you later, allocator. Let's start using that.
Yes, we should.
I need to write it down. I need to force this into one of my friends' mind. Just a sec. Alright. So, but there's the case where, okay, so when somebody says that is active, alright, then they put it, and then, oh yeah, but we also need to check the end date that is not, no, if it's, if active is false, then we can start the quest, and then in the loop we will check just the timer that has the timer passed. Yeah.
Okay.
And if the timer has passed, then we remove it from the active list and put it to and call the end date on it or end quest. Yeah, this is a sexy way of doing it, I think.
Just one thing, we can only have like one instance of each quest at a time.
This will work.
Okay. You know what? Your idea, like, about instancing the quest when we want it, maybe that is a better idea.
Yeah, we can still do it.
Instead of always having an instance and just, because then you don't have to reset the values either.
Yeah, that's also what I think would be pretty cool. And it's not
Yeah,
too late
I
to
think we
change
should do it like that.
We haven't done like all of this quest still needs to
Nah.
be remade, so we might as well do it.
Yeah,
Like that.
but if we did it like that, we don't really have to do anything. I mean, for example, the subscriber, this XP reward, if we make it in here,
Yeah.
it will just get reset whenever we make a new instance. So if we just instance it when we need the quest, you know.
Wait, I'm lost.
Or-
What?
So you know, when we like register the quest
Hmm?
or the quest, yeah, we create an instance of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. My idea is maybe we should remake it into like when we start a quest, we instead of just calling the start on each instance or the instance, you know,
Yeah.
we make a new instance and then just add that to like an active list that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, basically.
Oh wait, but now we can have it.
And then there is like it's a lot easier because we don't have to reset values if it's like inside of the class,
But
which
yeah,
we
if
can
you
do
have
with
an
bind.
instance of each and every one of them, then the problem is that it can activate the same quest multiple times.
Well, what I want you see here, this is like an instance. Oh my god. Bro.
Yeah, I know.
You see this test here, that's an instance. Subscribe is an instance.
Yeah.
Red versus blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so on. What I'm thinking is that instead we could have like a test and then like #1 or something
Yeah.
when we create the quests. So if we like create a test quest, then it instead of just calling the instance start, and it also is just being one instance, we could have many instances of the same quest.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about how do you, when you find a quest to start, you just
Yeah.
create it, right?
Yeah, with the start, and it's just behind the scenes, you know.
Yeah, but like still, how do you? Then you would have to keep a list of all quests, and instead of having a list of active quests, I don't know, like how would you do this? Because how? Or you would just have a list of all of the. Nah, I don't know, man. This is. I think it's better if you just have one instance of them running, because.
Well, the thing is, if we have one instance of them running, then we can't have multiple of the same type, and we have to do a lot of checks and stuff. But I don't know.
Because I'm just thinking about we don't want multiple of them running at the same time, do we? Because if that's the
I
case,
don't know.
then we don't need the for loop that checks that if it didn't get a quest that's activatable, it takes the next one, because then it could just execute the same quest multiple times, you know? Oh, but then how do we check that we don't have like the rare ones being activated multiple times? Because we don't want like the one that would, let's say, take a week, happen once a week, that don't activate another one of them before a week has passed.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know.
Let's just go with this instance thing for now.
It should work fine, so.
Yeah, we just need to remember those resets things, but I wonder, like, we can probably make them a bit more automatic.
What resets things are you talking about?
No, that's up to the one who creates the quest. Yeah, never mind. When you call, but you just call reset when you call the start thing. You just put everything back to 0.
Yeah. But now we have to figure out how to end the quest.
That's easy. So we
Okay.
need first a list of active quests. Or an array. I don't know, what should I call it in TypeScript? I hope this won't infect me when I go back to C. You start calling arrays for lists.
Oh, I don't know. Have you been calling them lists? Oh no.
I started calling them lists because, I don't know, TypeScript has cursed me.
Yeah, it really has.
Wait, no.
Okay, but now
Why not just keep the app instead?
What?
Just keep the app quest. No, quest. Just keep the quest. quest base instead of strings. Active quests.
Well, you see, having the base isn't very smart because the buttons IDs change and it's very like hard to compare. I would guess. I don't know, maybe not.
Isn't it just the instance you keep there? So even if the button IDs changes, you still have the same pointers in the background running or accessing.
Well, in that case, couldn't we just have this as like a tuple, and every quest instance has its own like variable in here? Nah, but like, yeah, nah. You know what? Maybe we should store this inside of the quests.
But it's
Yeah, because when
does
we
anyone
start
need
the quest,
access to the active quest besides the quest system?
yeah, but
Serves.
that's well, technically yes, because you see this start here. That can also be called by the like execute quests.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so everything
Yeah.
has to go through that basically.
Yeah, that one has to check that that one is not active already. Well, if you just you know what? If you call execute start, then you just overwrite the thing. Well, yeah, you still have to clear it. I don't know. Fuck it.
It's fine. We can just do this. Okay. Well, we don't want this to be a map, though, right?
We could use a map, just because. Then we can also access it through the execute command, because we only get the string, we don't get the actual
through the
class.
name. Yeah. I guess, yeah. Okay. So what the heck do we do now? We have the like active list now here, and
But
whenever
before
we
you
start, we need to append. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can also do it in here. Yeah. I was thinking of doing it in the service thing, but yeah, you can also do it here. Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. But like, I'm wondering if we should have like like an end thing also, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too, probably.
Do we reset the button when we end also?
No, just the start takes care of the yeah, the start.
Well, shouldn't we have the? Shouldn't the reset be in the end, because everything will end?
Nah, just put it
And
in
if
the
it
start.
like
Because
if
it's
it
more
ends,
important when you start the thing rather than when you end. When you end the thing, you don't really care what happened to the data. But when you start it, it's really important that everything is cleared.
yeah, okay. We need to like unshift. Or pop actually, yeah.
Prop.
What? No pop? Where's the pop?
Is there a remove? What? There's a not clear delete. But can
Nah,
you read what
what
it does?
the-
Like, does it just delete? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just put
Okay.
it to is active false, and then you just end the quest, and then you delete it. Yeah.
Yep.
From there, and then but it's still in the all quest array, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And now we just do the logic in our quest thingy, which will
Okay,
now we will
okay.
have to go for each array of active quests. Yeah, we should do it before this thing. Well, actually, you don't have to do it. Yeah, you have to do it here. Yeah, you have to do it. Yeah. Active quests, not quest. Active ones. Yeah.
Yes. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm telling you 3 times.
Good.
And then we just for each, yeah, that. And then we just check the end date. If it's
End date. Well, technically, that's just like a time thing.
yeah, it's a
you
date.
know? Is it a date?
Oh wait, we just have the end date.
No.
We don't have the end date. We just have the end time.
No, we said that the time that requires for
Yeah.
the thing. But can't we do kind of the same logic in here?
What do you mean?
But for that or some shit.
Yeah, but we have to do. So what you have to do is you have to do a new date. So before you go into the for each.
Well, we don't use a date.
But we need to somehow. We need to use the date because we need to check what's the current date against the date plus the time. Yeah, that one. No, you don't need to save a date variable. You can just calculate it, but you can also
don't.
just.
Well, we do because we don't know when it starts.
Right. We do need a date.
But the end date is random. No, it's not actually.
No, you can just say
No,
start
no.
date. That you can do, and you just start date, and then you, with that, we can check that if start date plus max active time is lesser than date, then we know that its time has come. Not data, date.
I'm stupid.
Could we make this
Yeah.
max active?
Well, that will run. Well, that will run when it's created. When it's created. Yeah, but we can when we start.
Yeah,
Yes,
but then
I
we
have
need
an
to
idea.
generate end date time again that you just removed.
I don't think we do.
Or you could say date.
Like that, basically.
Yeah, but do dot get, and then it should be time, I think. But hover it, but don't press enter. Returns the stored time, but yeah, that thing.
You mean Unix time?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then do plus, and then the milliseconds that we had. And then just say this want to be end. Then we just store the end time, or I don't know, end time. And then you just rename, and you make it to a number, because it will be a number now, instead of a date. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this isn't like max active time though, because this is just active time. Well, no, it is max because it can be. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah. Maybe it should be renamed to like just max time active milliseconds. Like that, because time and time, you know.
Yeah.
And time as time again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then-
Well, yeah.
Then, so now when you start, we will get the new time where it will end, and then in here, what you will do, you will have to get the current time against a new date.
Wait, can't we just run over all the active ones? Yeah, wait.
What are you trying to do?
There's what happened to all the fields?
Yeah, you are using an array. You have to specify what you want to use. You have both the string and the app data. You have to first specify which one you're trying to access. don't you?
Can't I just do like over here?
No.
Well, we can just do values though.
Oh, wait, do you have yeah, from values? Then you can just do dot, yeah. But you don't want to. You want to call it request? What? What are you trying? Oh yeah, yeah, my bad. What?
Or what? How do we do this operation?
Just. But first of all, take the const current outside of the for each loop, because you don't need to call this every time. You just call it at the beginning, yeah. And then we check if current time is larger than the end time, then it should end, yeah.
Or do we even need... no, we don't. Yeah, great.
But there's one problem. If
Okay.
the quest has been ended by a command, we don't want to call end again.
No, because you see these active things.
Yeah, but...
And when we...
But
this end... well, I have an idea. Like that?
Yeah, but still, like, if you start, a quest is started right now, okay? Let's say it has 5 minutes until it ends. But before let's say 3 minutes, a player clicked on a button that said end quest, and it just ended the quest, ran through all of the processes. And then 5 minutes passes. Now it checks, oh, but now the end time is over, so I'm gonna call end quest again on the quest.
Well, no, because this is the active one, and the quest.end makes it not be active.
Yeah, but you haven't called.
So then it's just.
You have called the end function through the quest, not through the quest system itself. You know?
Well, no, I have here.
No, yeah, in here, but not in the quest.
Oh yeah, you mean the quest?
Yeah.
So
if you call end in here, you will not call... Well, unless if you make this one also call the... If you make it so that if you want to end the quest, you have to call the quest service to end the quest within itself. Then you wouldn't have this problem. But are we going to remember that?
I'm wondering if we can check if a function gets run without you doing code inside of the function.
What do you mean?
Like in TypeScript, you can basically do bullshit magic everywhere.
Yeah.
So my idea is that if we have a code like over here, for example, it won't be over here, but somewhere, and then we can basically check if this function has been ran. That's my idea.
Well, I think... Wait. On button press... Oh yeah, we have to check that the quest is active on every button press, actually.
Okay.
Because we don't want to allow button interactions if a quest is not active anymore, right?
Well, I have an idea. So what we want to do is basically call the quests.end inside of the end, but we don't want to call it in the end, we want the thing to do it for us, right?
Yeah.
My idea is that if we could merge our own little shitty function and combine it with this function.
What do you mean?
Like an array, basically.
I don't get it.
If you merge two arrays, the data is, in one big array, basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if we could do the same with functions.
right?
Yeah, because you have to think about the code as data. Everything here is like a variable, which you can change at runtime.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know either. Just realized one more thing actually. That's a bit yikers.
Okay, what?
Can you go to the... Because for every button interaction, what we want is that if a quest is not enabled anymore, we also want to reply to the user that this quest is not enabled, basically. Oh wait, but do we also only listen to button interactions to active quests? Then we don't need it.
No, we listen to all
we listen
things.
to all the buttons, right? You don't really just listen to active quests.
Or do we? Because in the buttons, yeah, okay, it listens to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we could probably have like a handler function that basically makes that if the thing is like inactive, but any of the buttons get interacted on. Like the thing is, if we can manage to know when a function is called without having to have stuff in the function that tells us.
What if you go to that
then all our
up
problems
button
are
class real quick? Yeah, up button doesn't know about its quest anything, right? Fuck. I forgot.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, because that was the plan to have it completely detached.
Yeah.
But I have a plan. If we can read when a function is called, like this function here. Let's say we have some garbage in here that makes so Lucas gets 1 gold, and then we just have like in the quests, if we could read when this function gets called, then we can basically do shit. And the same thing is for these functions. We could read for all the inactive quests if any of the callbacks or like things get activated.
Yeah.
Then we just instead just cancel it and just throw like a response that hey, this is inactive.
Not throw, but reply or something.
Yeah, reply or throw, it's the same. Yeah, what's the difference?
Okay, I mean that could work. Okay, but would we then... That could work. But damn, it sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but it works. It doesn't sound as disgusting.
What about... Another way to go about it is also kind of like... The only possibility is that the quest gets ended before the date time runs out. Right? That's the only possibility. Like the date time cannot end. Like if somebody press, yeah, that's why we need the if to check for each button press that has the date ended, because then you can't call the end through, the buttons multiple times because the buttons won't be responsive.
Okay. I don't know, like Gemini is what?
Tjena brother.
I'll send a
Hello,
screenshot.
Monston. What did you say?
I'll send a screenshot
You sent a screenshot?
in private. Yeah, in private. You can show it if it's okay. Sorry. Yeah, it's
I'm leaking everybody else's messages except for yours.
yeah, but just read this. This is apparently how to manage like a gateway. Apparently. But just look at comments.
Our spying logic, store the original method, replace the method with our spy, implement your check tracking logic. Okay.
Nah, Gemini knows too much, man.
Oh my god. What is this?
Yeah, but you see, the top, that's like a class.
Yeah.
And you see the like proceed data. If you know, we could get. Ooh, spicy.
This is disgusting.
Well, I have an idea. That is very peculiar.
No, that's very disgusting.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? We don't care.
You don't care?
It's fine. Nah, it's fine. What we want to do is like get into, or we want to know when the end function here is called, no matter what code it has. We just want to know when it is called. And on what thing, you know.
Yeah, but it still sounds like a bit... Is it a bit too of an overkill? Like, isn't there like a better way to go about it?
Nope.
Nope, okay.
I don't know, maybe there is.
Bruh. Okay, wait. Should we fix first the problem of the button or the problem of the end quest?
If we fix the end quest problem, we can solve the button problem like super easily.
Okay. So end quest, I was thinking that we could also just do... When we check if a quest has ended by date, then we call the end. But if a quest is not active anymore, we can also just check that, then we know that a button has been pressed to end the quest and we don't need to do anything more, then we just remove it from the list.
Yeah, but what I want to do is just hook into the functions. Like, imagine you have Captain Hook and our functions basically have his like hook inside of them at all times, and he feels when they are getting called. And so he knows which function is getting called and when. And so when that happens, then we call the like client dot like active, or you know.
I think the thing I dislike about that is that it's like an active thing that has been running every time a function is being called.
Because I think gateways every time, yeah, but that's no problem because it won't be run that often.
Right.
And the button thing is like good because we can use the gateways for the buttons. We just check if the quest is active, and if it is active, then we just return void, you know. And if it isn't, then we respond.
Okay, well, I don't totally understand, but sure, show me how it's done.
Ah, well, I don't know how it's done.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google like how can I find how can I know if a function is called
But didn't
in
your AI provide that?
TypeScript? No, because that shit sucked. Because AI is stupid as hell.
Let's see, we're gonna check some.
Are we becoming like delusional?
I think so.
Great.
I have Bispel deprecated.
Have you?
Yeah. It's not
Where?
with an I, it's with an E.
Oh damn. Ah, okay. Damn.
Alright. Oops, I leaked another message. That's so good. I have leaked API keys, I have leaked messages. What else have I leaked? Probably a lot.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, why wouldn't the
Gemini thing response? It seems pretty logical.
No.
Or another way to go about it would be to make.
Oh, I know what it's trying to do. Ooh,
Another way one
okay,
could do
okay.
is just have the callbacks call a callback before they are called to check if they should be called.
A callback to a callback to what?
Yeah. So the buttons have a callback function, right?
Oh no, because because the buttons don't know about the quests at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. But we could pass in a function. No.
We could pass in maybe like a
Function.
in the but.
Well, yeah, we could pass in 2 callbacks that basically, you know, that they call this first check, but that's just dumb as fuck.
Well, I have an idea. I think I know what you're meaning. So basically, in the button service,
Yeah.
if we made like a pass-through function basically for the handle button,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you could set it optionally,
Yeah.
and if it's set to like a function callback, and then you are responsible for the thing.
Yeah, but that's.
But if you don't pass anything,
Sounds a bit. I don't know, like that. What about? What if one instead went through each quest and asked for its butt? Yeah, but
yeah, I thought about that earlier.
But we kind of want the button service, right? So.
Yeah, but we can still get the buttons.
Yeah, but it's so nasty. So nasty.
Well, didn't you say there was like a disable thing?
Yeah, you can disable buttons.
Yeah, can't we disable all the buttons when it's deactivated?
Well, that could work. Yeah.
Now you are cooking with gas.
That's much more pleasant for the user as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Now,
We're back
yeah,
in business.
yeah. Black in business?
Back
What?
in business. Hell yeah! That's so sexy, Harold. I could give you a kiss if you were next to me. Okay, what the fuck?
I am.
You are next to me? What the fuck?
Also, yeah, I don't know if this works.
This works.
But let's not try it.
No, it works. Trust me.
But I don't know if we need to like update the action row or some shit.
No, we don't need to. But what we need to do. Oh wait, we need to. No.
Well, let's just see. If we do this,
but
subscribe.
what you need to do... Ah, fuck. No,
Well, we
you know
pass
what
on.
you could do? You know what you could
What?
do? Because, yeah, but
What?
in the end... Oh my god. Ah, fuck. But the quest uses its...
Oh, you mean...
Never mind.
What?
I think it will work. If you go to the end of which function are you gonna try this on, or which quest, right?
Subscribe.
Yeah, can you show me the subscribe? Like, what does its end do?
Well, nothing currently because it uses the like inbuilt one, which is over here, and that just does that.
Right, because what it needs to
Yeah.
do... Actually, we shouldn't do this in here, probably. Because that should be done in the other ones, you don't have to worry about doing this. Otherwise it's easy to forget, right?
Well, I'm just kind of thinking if we could make the end, just always make the user do like an end function at the end,
Yeah.
which is like this client, and but we can maybe make so it takes in a name or the base class, and so we could just pass it this, you know.
But you still, but you wait. But do you do quest that is active equals false there in that thing? So you don't need to do it in the end itself. You just because it's already happening in here.
Yeah, I know, but I want to use this end function inside of here, in this end function.
Okay. Yeah.
And then always require the person to do it, you know. But the thing is, we don't have the name really. So I'm wondering if we could instead make so that it's like optional to pass in the name, or like
but we need the name
use the
to
class.
remove it from the active list. Or can you delete by value? That doesn't make any sense.
But we can probably regenerate the name though.
Good, but wait, let's take back to the what were we talking about? The disable button. What we need to do in that case is that we need to update the reply message in the end function always to update the buttons, because otherwise they will still have access to the old buttons which are still active.
Yeah, I guess. But don't we have to, in that case, make... Why is so much shit open? I'm a little lost in space right now.
Don't worry about it.
But like, in here, just to do like the favorite or whatever, don't we need to like get the thing out of this, like the variable?
What do you want?
Or can we? How does the fur reply work? Does the fur reply just take the latest thing you sent and change it?
Yeah, the reply just takes reply takes the message that you interacted with. That's the reply. It's the interaction dot, and then you know we had the interaction, and you would have to.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the sending of the stuff.
Yeah, because you would have to do an update, so you will update the message that they interacted with and say that, hey, these buttons are now disabled. So I think it's still better to do a check.
Yeah, but you see this, we can like edit it. I'm thinking if we make all the quests have the message that is this thing here, and then we can edit it.
Can you
know?
Can you edit a message? Oh yeah, because that's a sent message, right? So you can just you always will have access to the ID, and that will be always like the author will always be the bot, so they should always have access to this message.
Yeah.
So we could store the.
I'm just thinking if we make like an abstract thing, you know, for the message.
Yeah. And then we don't even need. We could just send an empty button row, so there's no buttons anymore. So then nobody can even press buttons.
Yo, I just came up with the most evil idea ever.
Tell me about this evil idea.
So when we end things, instead we could just make a new instance and replace the current instance, and then we don't have to reset the values in the end, and then we just have the end just for stuff like, I don't know, giving stuff at the end or some shit. I don't know.
What? You lost me again.
Okay, you know how we store all of the like instances here?
Yeah.
Oh, bruh. Yeah. My idea is that when we start the thing, we make a new instance. For example, if we want to start a test, then we make a new instance of test and replace the thing in the map. And then we don't have to reset the values like this.
Ah.
You know.
Yeah, that could work. And then we don't have to regenerate the button names or button reset buttons because it will always be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do that? No.
And you can do quest.class, something like that. You can somehow get the class or something like that. Wait. Is it like this? There is some way to get the class that you have and make a new instance of it. Check how we did it in when we got the. There is a way. Ask Gemini.
I mean, it's Gemini.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
shall
we'll do
get
it.
some more water. BRB.
Inga bra. Okay, asking ChatGPT because Gemini thought that was harassing.
I have to take my train early in the morning, so just to make sure that early and early, but just that what time was it? Okay, yeah, I got plenty, and don't worry about it. I can go late to sleep. Okay. But-
Yeah, apparently.
But it creates a new instance of that class. It doesn't create like a copy of that class.
Maybe like that. I don't know.
Okay, I will Google a little bit myself and see if I can help you out.
Yeah.
Or Gemini in that word. But also Google.
Ah, nice. Okay. Well, I thought of an idea.
Well, you could use the factory pattern where you have a factory that creates the quests. And then you just store the name of each quest, and then you can use that. Well, we have the title of the quest. So you just pass in the title of a quest into this factory class, and then it will
create a new instance of that class and return it to you.
Yeah, or do it like I did.
How did you do it?
A method. Don't ask me about this magic. It works.
Where
It
is it?
works.
Oh god.
Here.
Wait. Oh god, what is that? Oh.
Don't you like this? Don't you like this? Oh, my masterpiece.
What the
Yes.
fuck? Wait, you have it in the base quest. Is it in the namespace or where is it located?
It's here. Yeah, it's in the base quest, base class.
Wait, can you go back to
Yeah.
it? So you create a new quest. No, it's inside of quest, okay? In the base. And then you do... get... Oh, so it returns a class array. And then... I'm trying to read that. So it gets a class array... No, it gets a class... whatever the fuck that is. And then it creates a new... And then it's...
I don't know what that does,
callbacks,
but
this, and it returns this constructor as new. Sure. Wait. So you can return an array of. No. What? I don't know.
I don't know how this works, but it does. So just don't think about it. I think that this array is all the data, like functions and
Okay.
yeah.
But it doesn't make a copy, right? It just creates a new one with the default value.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're sure that it doesn't create a copy?
No. But it shouldn't, because I used a new keyword.
Well, that doesn't mean that it doesn't create a copy. You never know what this fucking language does.
Yeah, I have no clue what the hell I'm doing, bro. Like, let me be.
Should we try it out real quick? Is there like the test class, like increase a number every time that it's
Yes,
called start, or when you press
yes.
the button or something like that?
We have this shit over here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have number there, and then when you press, but you don't you plus equals 0. You don't, you donkey.
I don't know how that happened. Okay.
Yeah, I can't see really what you're doing, but yeah, yeah. Why? Like, can you only share like application? You can't share screen.
Not to my belief. No, no, what? No,
What the fuck?
no, I don't think so. But Wayland. But I can probably try maybe.
Yeah, to try that, because I would like to see all of your password files and everything that you open up, you know?
Okay, okay. Oh well, now you're gonna see my porn. No, no.
Yeah, I like prawn.
What?
What?
Prawn? Yes.
I just...
Yeah, this is what happens when you share a screen. Yeah, this
well,
the exact
maybe
same
share
for
your
me.
screen that
Like,
has something on it then, huh?
I only have one screen, bro.
Well, apparently you have only a black screen.
Yeah, because I can't share like the thing, you know.
Bro, you're
It's
stupid.
because Wayland tries to be like secure and shit, so it doesn't. Wait, I think. Oh, I can. I'm stupid.
That doesn't sound very Linux-like. Oh, now I can see.
Well, you look at this,
Yeah.
and now you can I can change my stream. So now you're gonna see VS Code.
Oh, yes, you just... But, yeah, I would like to see your home, but share. Sure.
Yeah, this is good enough.
Yeah. Alright, so... Let's see, what does it do? None. Why does it say none?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Oh wait, do you
Maybe
pass?
console
Do you
log.
bind this?
No.
Yeah,
I'm stupid.
we did. Yeah, I know that, but you know, you don't need to say it.
Bruh.
You know, the only reason why we are friends is because both of us are stupid. If one of us knew how stupid the other one was, we wouldn't be friends.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lucas won! Yes,
Okay,
it
press
works.
again.
Amazing.
Oh no, it takes the value over. Nah.
What do you mean?
We don't want it to keep the value. We want when you create a new instance that it resets, right?
But we're not creating a new instance.
Oh, we are not?
But we can try to now.
Alright.
Now we shall try.
No, let's go. Brrr.
Moment of truth. Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh no! No! Why does it? Why does it do this to me? No, 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 no. Am I like stupid? I mean, yeah, but like, how stupid am I?
Yeah, well, I would say
Oh,
like minus 3
mm.
chickens out of 42 sheeps.
I'm so stupid that this is actually like the active ones I set.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about because you're streaming Discord and yeah, I don't see your code. But sure, I will agree with you.
I'll try my other thing.
No, okay.
It's fine. It's safe, no time.
Alright.
Okay, so you see my VS Code. You see, I did it. I did it to the active. Yeah, we don't want that. We want it for all. For all of
yeah,
us.
for all of them. Yeah.
Uh.
No, wait, you just want it for
yeah.
active. Why would you want it for the other one? We don't care. The other one is just a list of. No, wait, fuck.
Yeah, but we have to.
Yeah, now we get the problem with that shit. Where.
Wait, no, I know.
But we can't do this because if we do this, then we will be able to run the same quest multiple instances of them.
No.
You want? What the fuck is happening?
Bam!
Now this
Look at
system is
this.
starting to become really
Let
confused.
me cook.
The system was supposed to be easy, you know?
It will be easy, but not behind the scenes. Just for the people using it. Yeah, great. Fabulous. No one cares about the behind the scenes.
I guess. Okay, show me. Show me that it works. Give me hope. Okay. Nah. Why do you think it will work if you run it the second time?
Because I have to check, because when we
Okay,
start
I
it,
see, yeah.
then yeah. It doesn't work. No.
So let's make a
Why
factory
does it
instead.
not work? Wait a minute. I know the problem. I actually know the problem.
You forgot your brain at home?
Every day.
Every day.
I haven't set it.
I like how delayed the stream is. Like I
Yeah, and my stream on Discord is even more delayed. Bam. Okay. So what I forgot to do is to set the quests. Oh my god, bro.
So you have to do both the active and yeah, this like behind the scenes this will be disgusting. But at least the ones who are creating new quests don't have to worry about shit.
Yes. Wait.
Wait.
Yeah.
But this is yeah, you start the quest and then you update the quest that you just created, yeah. Yeah, okay, I see.
Okay, Discord time.
Disco time. This is gonna be fun to debug if something goes wrong.
Don't think about it.
Damn.
Why does it not work?
I think it copies values. I think it doesn't reset them.
Oh no! Why? Well, we can just ask Gemini to fix so it doesn't copy it. Haha! I figured it out.
But was that actually the problem? That was just a guess that.
Maybe. I mean, that's a pretty good guess, though.
Okay. You could have actually done it by just generating a random value, but I don't know.
I hate AI.
Oh. Why do you hate it now? I thought it was your bae.
Nah, bro, that's you.
I'm your bae? Aww.
What is a bay though?
I don't know. I just hear women say it. I don't know what the fuck it means.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Let's just go. You know, fuck it. I thought I was gonna write code
Wait.
today, but I have just been reviewing you writing code and shitting on you.
Yeah, but that's fair.
My phone is going crazy.
No. Wait, I never changed it to VS Code. Oh, you didn't say shit. Nah, okay. Okay, test time.
Testing time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And now it should say 1, but if it says 4, then we are screwed. 4.
Okay, what is this factory bullshit?
It basically just pass in a string, and based on the string, you create the class that you want. There. Let's see how they implement it here.
Okay.
It's a bit. Let's say you have class enemy, and then I just have asked it to generate like enemy and devil, which inherits or extends enemy. Create enemy instance. So this looks kind of oddly familiar to what you just had. And it would create a new type based on name. But yeah, here you take in a string name, and then it says enemy type. And where does enemy type come from? What the fuck is this?
Well, can't we just add like a method onto every like abstract class called like get by name or like get class by name or some shit?
Probably.
And then we
good.
pass the name, and then it maybe checks the like class name. You know.
Oh wait, look at this. Console create, you pass in the red devil that just creates my devil, and then you console log it. Okay. Isn't this what you had? This thing.
I don't know.
Original fucking shit. Okay. Because the factory with construct.
Wait, can't we use type off?
Can you use type off?
Maybe.
But you wouldn't never have to call the Oh yeah, you tried to do a reset. Okay. New type of expression expected. But you should be able to wait. So here you take. What the fuck does this thing do? Name. And where is this thing called from? What is this? Oh my god. What the fuck is that? This is disgusting to read. Extends a template T. Is this even a TypeScript anymore? Like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Okay. A template T that extends enemy. And then, what the fuck is this? What is this syntax? I thought you had the type after the variable.
Not anymore.
and then you say new args any, and then you pass it to callback with the type name string, and then you return the type. But what? Where the fuck is this? Like, what is that? Where does that come from? Like, it has to be somewhere, right?
Well, can't we just have a field in the function called like type, and that could just be the class that it is, and we could assign it when we load them?
Wait. Do what you ask over here. Only have class. Start with some valid way to create an instance without knowing the specific class. Okay, let's see. Will this? But I wasn't asking for a deep copy. I just don't want. Try this shit. I will send it to you. I will send it in the chat.
Okay.
Where's the fucking chat? There it is.
I just want to test something before though,
No, don't
like
do that.
a
Use this
little
instead.
thing.
I put all of the comments in there as well, but so I think you don't even have to worry about like creating the function thingy. You would just do the class.constructor as, and then you just pass these things. Yeah, we'll just
Okay.
edit the message to be that, or are you already copying it?
I'll do that.
Yeah, just the return.
Okay.
The class dot constructor. That's all you need. Oh, what? Oh, no, don't worry about that. Just take the class dot constructor. Yeah, that's it. You don't even need the return. You just okay.
Okay, now.
So now you go to where you wanted to create the new class. Yeah,
Yes.
so you do old class dot, or old quest, my bad, old quest dot constructor, and then
It's just that.
as new, and then you do brackets the no wait, parentheses dot args, and then colon any brackets, and then you do parentheses end. Is that it? Okay, maybe we need the function, bro, because I don't understand what the fuck the callback is here now. What the fuck? Maybe do the whole function thing just to test it.
Well, I don't think we need to.
You don't? I don't know how to.
You see this.
Isn't T just... T is supposed to be... What is T supposed... Existing enemy, so... Oh, that's supposed to be... that's supposed to be your class? Old quest? Or
But
is
we
it...
don't have access to the class.
No. It's that T is just a template. So you should be able to... Maybe if you just put the base class in there, could you do that? Or will that break? Maybe you need to put the actual class. TX. Oh, okay, now I see what this does. So template is something that extends enemy, and then when you say this here, you have the type, right? And then you have the class here, and then here you just have the name, whatever. And then you're promising to return back. So for us, this is basically the test quest. T is test quest, and it extends the base quest, right? or the base, and then
Okay.
here's his test quest, and then when we do this, because then it just takes the test quest you pass in the instance, constructor as new, and then and then here, I don't know how this callback shit works, but basically it says this test quest, and then
The name.
oh, so
But-
this creates like the kind of like new. Yeah, this basically gets the class name, and then you say new, and then you
Yeah.
pass into the constructor the parameter that is, because they have in their constructor, I assume here. Like, let's see. If I find their classes, yeah, because they take a name into their constructor, but we would leave it empty because we don't take a name into a constructor. Instead, we would
Oh,
just
yeah.
do this, and it would basically just do a new class. But we need, I think, this function to make it possible. Do you have to say quest at base?
Yep.
Yeah. You don't have to say new in front of the thing. Okay.
Okay, well, let's test this then.
I'm saying it's rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged.
Can you go... Wait, what is actually happening here? Because you do execute... And what does execute do? Oh, but execute calls... What does...
Yeah,
go
it
to the
just calls the
execute-
start.
Go to the command and check that it just does the right thing. Wait, what? Execute command there, and then it goes through the start and it passes in. But wait, how does it know
Wait.
what is
No, it doesn't. It doesn't go through the quest namespace.
Yeah.
No, no, don't, no. Ah, damn. But like, how the hell do we get the name? Wait, do we have the name?
We have the name.
Yeah, we do have the name.
And basically this whole code can... Yeah. The only thing we need to check that, yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, I can just stay like that.
Yeah, it's no biggie. Alright, show us. Now it should work. I'm pretty damn sure about it. Maybe it has been working all the time, but this thing has just been executing the wrong thing, you know?
Ah, such a typical bug, bro. Moment of truth. Yeah. Oh, but like it's so bad. No, it took so many tries.
Try.
No.
Should we take the thing that you had? I think it was shorter.
Yeah. I'm just so confused. This is the quest service. We have so many files called quest.
Do you ever read the full file path to figure these things out?
Nah. Okay. Yeah, that shit can be gone.
2 is good. Okay. We just treat it.
It's just standard.
Yeah.
Oh, this old shit worked. It's just that we are stupid. We're dumb. We're so stupid. We have no clue what we are doing.
Yeah, you know, you live and learn, and things change and things happens. Anyways, so how did it?
We just have
end
the
up?
rest of the problems. Well, now we have this like class getter here.
Ah,
Yeah,
but
and
is-
that basically is just used down here,
Ah, okay, okay,
and it works. So you know.
okay. And then we don't need the reset anymore. We don't even need reset buttons, right?
No, I don't believe we do.
Yeah. And we don't,
Or do we? No.
because
I
the
don't
buttons
think we
always
do.
be recreated with new random values every time that you call the new class. so-
Yeah, true. Yeah, good.
But
Bro, this was so good idea from me.
yeah. Do we need to set to false the quest when it ends? Probably we need to, yeah.
What do you mean?
When you call end quest, we set it to false.
Yeah.
I wonder,
Yeah.
do we need to do that or?
Currently we do, but I want a hook. I want a hook.
What are the thing into the buttons?
Yeah, but it's for the end, you know, so we can just know when the end is called by the person doing the quest, and then we can just call this end, you know, and it still does the code for here. You know.
Disgusting. Let's think. Either I still don't like that idea at all.
No.
Could we instead just like, I think we're fine with the data that we have already, just to make an if check rather than making that thing. Like,
How are you thinking?
okay, this is what you can do. Inside of the fuck.
Inside of the fuck, yes.
Yeah.
But like the back end there, it's such a mess. Oh no,
But
no.
when
no.
you create new quests, you don't have to worry about shit. You just create the
Yeah,
quest
exactly,
and
so
it
that's
just
good.
runs.
Yeah, no, the front end of the thing is so nice, but the back end, no.
We don't talk about the front end.
Yeah, we don't.
Wait, but old quests, you add it
We
to
don't have that.
active and quest list, but
Oh, yeah, I mean
don't
that,
you also
yeah.
need to remove it from the old quest? Don't you need to remove it from quests?
No, because it just replaces the old because it uses the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I have planned ahead.
And then memory management just takes care of the old class.
Don't worry about it. It knows. It
Or the
knows.
garbage collector, like, you don't have to worry about, like, this is
Yeah.
just insane.
This is so weird, bro. Like this shit is like writing assembly, but if it was high level. You know, in assembly you can basically do anything. There's no restrictions. This is kind of that, but it's high level as shit.
I don't know, this doesn't
I
feel
mean,
like
I'm
coding,
starting to
this
see
feels
the
like
up-
writing English almost.
Yeah, weird as English just telling shit to do other things just randomly. There's no rules. There's nothing here, bro. Like, why can't I do a for loop of the items in an array? Why do I have to do for each?
But okay, we have two problems now. We have the buttons needs to be not interactable if quest is over.
Yeah.
And then we need the end, that it can't end twice. And what's the third problem? I know
Okay.
it's a third problem that we have.
Wait. What problems did we have? You said.
The buttons should not be interactable if the quest is over.
Yeah.
And you should not be able to end the quest twice, in the sense of, you know, that the timer runs out and then it calls end even though the quest has already ended.
Yeah.
One way to go about it is
Well-
kind of like
Well, I have an idea for at least one of the problems, you know, with deactivating the thing. Because so many shits. Okay. So my idea is, for example, in test here, that's Timmy. Test. That you see this message that we're creating. Instead, we could make the function start always require that you give this like a message, you know. And then we could handle the end. So like in the map where we store the name and the class, we could also store the message maybe. And then we can just access the message out of the map, and then we can edit it at the end. And we could just like remake the action row maybe. Or just remove the action row completely. And
we
just
could also
like
just send empty,
yeah.
empty components there just to say that we want it to be cleared.
Yeah.
Because if you don't put anything there, then it will just update the context. It will leave the buttons and row as they are.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just thinking if we maybe do that, or we could even delete the message or just edit it to like
Wait,
old quest.
we could also make so that when you call end quest,
Yeah.
we could have it end quest. You always have to. Well, it would be nice. I think probably just as a rule, kind of like when you call end quest, the person who is in charge of the message will probably just have to show some end results of the quest, you know?
Oh yeah, that they can only get out of the like end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. We can make like a protected type.
Or can
You know, it doesn't have to do shit.
Yeah. But it's like kind of
But
like,
it's like as a thing.
because it's kind of up to the, or actually the only thing we want to do is we actually, when end quest is called, if you could access the message from the beginning, that we just remove the button
Yeah.
row, and that's it. We don't.
Yeah.
We just call update. Yeah. You should be able to edit and just put there an empty. Do components.
We don't even have to list it. We can just do this.
No. An edit won't. Then it will not edit anything. You have to say what it needs to edit. And we want to remove the buttons, so the components, and just do an empty array. Can you do that?
I guess.
And then if you now run test, you don't need to put anything in context. Just leave but yeah.
Oh, that okay.
So now if you run this, it should remove the buttons. You shouldn't have a button in test. It should be like it should post it and then they should remove the buttons.
Yeah, let's try. Yeah, it made a button, then it removed it.
Yeah, so basically this, we just do it, we just keep the message, and when somebody ends the quest, we will just delete the buttons. Then it doesn't matter like for the one
yeah.
who manage the quest, but just the buttons will be deleted always. So you can just either put a nice message, custom
Yeah.
made, or you know, buttons will be deleted whatever you do. You don't have to worry about those buttons. It's like the buttons that we don't want anything to do anything. Like you should not be able to use them.
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe we could have like a pre-made action row that just has like a button called like old quest or something. And maybe not. I doesn't even. Now we can just remove the buttons.
Yeah.
But then we would do this in the end. But I'm kind of thinking that this function start, that here we return the message, and then we can store it like somewhere, probably in the class itself, so you can also edit it elsewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
because that's kind of useful actually.
That is useful.
Yo,
yeah.
that's like so useful.
Yeah. But how do we tell
Damn.
the one who creates the class that they have to assign this message? Can you just make it abstract?
Well, what you do,
Or do you
well,
pass
if they implement this function, they they don't implement it correctly, then it will not run.
Yeah, but how
So
do we
to make
tell
it work,
them
they
that
will
they
have to.
have to save the message in the member variable message or whatever?
Well,
it's called?
the return.
Oh, we make it a return. Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So you have to return the message. Yes, that makes sense. And then somebody just creates a random message that has nothing to do with that.
Oh no, it's one of no, it's one of these. No, I hate these long ass types that don't actually mean anything.
What the? Don't worry about it. No, what? It
What?
can't be.
What?
Hover message instead. Fuck that button. Go to message. MSG. To the left. That one. There you have the what the fuck? Message true. Whatever the fuck that is. And then another one, yeah. And I think probably start to that, Papa. You have to probably do an import, or I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I think it's because it doesn't match up to what is current.
Yeah. Ah. There. Another bracket. Or most whatever.
What is this shit? Yes.
Undefined.
Okay.
Function whose declared type is neither undefined, void, nor must return. Okay. But then you have to say that you can return an undefined. Oh my god. No.
Oh yes.
No.
Yes, my favorite one. But they can't do shit with this. Like they will have to do this to make
Yeah.
anything. So it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. But this now.
Yeah.
Bam.
And then where do we store this?
Amazing.
Then when you yeah, because we can do it in the quest service, right?
The class. No, the base. The base.
Wait, how do we do this? But you need to assign the variable somehow, and then you only get it from this, so...
Yeah, but that's no problem. It's no.
Okay. You can call it OG message.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Original message or something like that.
Nice message.
This is pretty cool that you can just store that thing and just edit it whenever.
Yeah.
I think that should always be done instead of the edit reapply or whatever.
Yeah,
I use.
exactly.
Because this is just better. It's superior.
Yeah. So it's a period like me. Okay, so now we have the message, but to assign it, we will get the message out of here, and then in the loading, the quest, yes.
But why would we...
Wait, no, it
Don't-
starts.
Yeah, we just don't need it here. You donkey. Why are you always so donkey?
I'm a donkey, what can I say?
Except you're welcome. It's at the bottom. What are you doing?
This looks horrible, but
It's
you know, it's
missing
good.
the following property. Ah, okay.
Ah.
And then when you
Amazing,
go to end
amazing.
at the bottom, not this one. We don't want to do anything with that one, but this one. We
Ah, yeah, true.
Because this is only... Wait. Are we always gonna call it through here, right? Or...
Yep.
Yeah, then because then we can just do it here instead and just do that. And then we call the actual end. Do it before we call this one. Yeah, like this. Because if you accidentally put buttons in the thing, we don't want buttons when a quest is ended, so we will remove them if you even put buttons in the end message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing now is that we never really called this function inside of this function, which we want to do.
Yeah, we should do that, definitely.
Yeah, so what I'm wondering is if we make a type here and the only function that returns it is this end. So you have to have this end at the end of the end, so the end is happy with the return. Did not make sense because
yeah, I
everything
see
is
what
named
you
the
mean.
end.
Yeah, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, isn't that kind of a good idea?
It's a bit of a...
Maybe we wait. I know.
I
Maybe
think
we
we should
need.
do-
Maybe
we
we
should-
force them to use return.
I think we should still try to
Yeah,
find a
what-
way to... Wait, what are we trying to solve right now?
What we're trying to solve is that the end here is
Yeah.
trash,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
this end down here is epic.
But that end is custom made, that's the thing.
Yeah, this end is custom, but we want this custom end. Oh, you mean this? Yeah,
Yeah.
but we want this end to always be called in this end
Why do we
because
want
this
that?
end sucks ass, and we want people because we want people to do what they want in this function here. We want them to, like, I don't know, like
Mm,
edit the message, like tell users about stuff, information, and we also want to call this function.
yes. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because we want to remove it from the list and everything. Yeah, that's... Yeah, we need to do that, yeah. Yeah, we could make a custom,
Yeah, exactly.
like, interface that
I
is called
hope.
just end quest and make it
Oh yeah.
everything.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, we could probably, yeah. And then we don't, and then we just make it not exported, so they have to do it through
Yeah.
this.
And then just create their own interface called Saint.
Yeah, TypeScript would probably accept it. Bam.
No, this one doesn't need that return. Oh yeah, but yeah, no wait, this one needs it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not correct.
Yeah, but this shit over here.
Oh yeah, you need to return the... You can do an AND. No,
Nah.
you
Yeah.
do a return. And then do console log, and then do put an AND after the console log. Another AND. And then you do a end return thingy, I don't know. Why is it not fine?
I spell like a fucking monkey.
Doesn't seem to... Voice is not... Why is it not... Oh, because it's not
Yeah, I don't know.
exported. Yeah.
Bruh.
You need to put it.
Why do we have to return? Why do we have to return this though?
No, I just want to see a console log when this happens, so I know where to find it, you know? Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, like that.
But you still want to return there, you cannot continue down the path because the quest is not valid. So just do a return after console log. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
After the semicolon, just return.
Wait. What?
So after the semicolon, so one step to the right,
Which one?
this one that you're on, and then type return. And then you type the brackets thingy, I don't know. The thing that you did at the bottom. And semicolon. At the end, yeah. Bam. It should... Oh yeah, right, you need that, yeah, boom. Wow, so good.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. But do you need the export then? I don't think you need the export then. Maybe you need the export.
I don't know.
Oh,
That's just to make the compiler happy. Okay, so now if we implement the But they don't have to do the end. Well, we can just return the shit. Yes. Okay. So now this should work still, but if you want an end,
Oh, but you can make actually the. Ah, we don't need it. Yeah, no,
What?
forget about it. Nothing. Oh wait, you can make the basic class call the end client thingy. So if they don't implement it, we still call
wait.
it. So if you go back to the base class,
Yeah.
yeah. So then you just call it here anyways, if they don't implement the end quest.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing here.
No, you're not doing it.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
You
just
say this
return-
end return.
Yeah, but you still need to call the client, or
Yeah.
what is it called? The thing that we need.
Oh yeah. True.
Exactly. I don't know what is it in client? I don't remember where it was. Oh, it's in here.
Yeah, we are so dumb. I think our brains are fried. Oh yeah, one little thing. It only needs a name.
Well, oh yeah, we need to change this as well though.
Can we just make it return? I mean, take in like a
But you have access
class.
to. Maybe we need to store the class name somehow.
Yeah, possibly.
But it would be kind of.
Maybe we yeah.
Oh, but you can take
Yeah,
quest
that is
name
stupid.
instead. Don't use class name, use quest name. And we just change everything to use quest name instead of class name. Because you have the title, you know, the
What do you mean
title.
quest?
There's the title of the quest that you
No,
have.
we don't.
You should have access to
No,
it.
no.
Oh yeah, because it's not in their base.
No.
It's just. Oh yeah, you didn't make
Yeah.
it. Ah, bro, I said we should
But-
have quest data.
No, like see it. This is so cluttered already. Like, bro, what am I
think
looking
it's
at?
pretty sexy. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it is quite sexy, but like it's still cluttered.
Except for that stupid
But
class.
okay,
name.
how about this?
But you can
Yeah,
get a.
it's extra.
We
But
can
we
also just make a class name getter, which does some weird ass TypeScript shit to get the name of the class. That's probably a way to do it. We have done it. That's how we do
yeah,
it.
you see how I do this? Yeah, but that uses the path. Can we get the path?
Yeah, there you get it. With the globs.
Yeah, this is with globe, but we don't have access to the globe over there.
We could just also just store the name in the class when we do this registering thingy and just.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
The only problem that when we get the new class, we could lose the name, but I guess we could pass this as a parameter, and then we would have it all.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But like, is there really not a better way? Well, it's fine. But like, okay, before we do that, we should probably organize this. Like, what order do we want it? Like, is this global ID even used anywhere?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well,
Bam!
because
Big
we
on.
can find references, but sure. What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I think the buttons are the most important.
Yes.
Then message, because that's kind of the order that we do it, you know.
Yeah.
And this garbage over here can be its own garbage. But do we use the getter at the top or just here still?
I like to have getters and setters at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this seems to be public. Scheiße.
But we could make a static helper function that
Nah, it's too annoying, man.
okay.
Or is it?
Because then
Because
it could
the
be
name.
Yeah.
I wonder, can we get the class name?
Well, that's how we'd.
Because yeah, wait. I have an idea, because you see these names here.
We don't want
That's
class
because I'm
name, we
doing
want the
this
file
replace
name
stuff.
in that case.
Yeah. No, well, we don't want the file name. We want the name of the class, but like modified. So it's like with this replace and all of this shit over
Yeah.
here. This stuff over here is useless. We don't need the path. We only need the name, like Timmy over here.
Yeah.
That's just Timmy. But so we could well, yeah. But the thing is, our naming convention is like having Timmy Quest. Well, we can just set it in the like loading stage.
Oh wait, you can do your class.constructor.name, I think.
So we do the class. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but the thing is that we don't want the full name, because all of our shit is named like Quest in the end, you know.
But then
But we can just remove that, I guess,
Yeah. Just replace
and then do the yeah.
or whatever, trim or whatever there is, but
But you know, what if you name your quest? Hmm? Ah, well, fuck that person.
yeah, fuck that person. Fuck that person in particular.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing? You could just go constructor that quest.
That.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah, but I need.
no. In there, this dot
Oh.
constructor. What? That quest. I don't think you need to do. You can just do this. You don't even need class, I think. Yeah.
No, damn. Okay. Well, if that's the
But
case,
see
yeah,
what
sure.
it returns. I'm not sure. We should check what it's the print on that.
Well, it will literally, like, in the test here, this is what it's gonna be returning.
Test quest. Ah, and we just want test, so we need to replace quest. I don't know what the fuck that is, but sure.
That it makes it like from camel case to snake case without the stuff at the bottom, you know, whatever. But like, how is anyone gonna figure this out in their own implementation?
We could make a helper function just get class name or something
Or
like
I
that.
know, you know what? Maybe we could just do this. Something like that, you know.
No, then no, don't, because then we have to check which one it is, and I don't like it. Maybe, but you can't steal. Oh yeah, and then we just take care of it. Yeah, so you could you pass in that.
Yeah.
And then then we do the check, and I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. We can just check if it's
Yeah,
a
but
string.
how do I even check?
Just check if object is string, or we just check if it's a string. Otherwise, it has to be an object. I will check that.
But the thing is, if we... Nah, never mind, yeah, no.
You can do an if type of param equals and then quotation string,
And-
then you know
yeah.
you're working with a string, and then we know it's a name.
Yeah, I already knew that.
I didn't know that, but now I know it.
I knew that.
Crazy. You crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, but how do we?
Now you just quest dot constructor dot dot. Oh wait, but this will actually now
Well,
it will be the
should we
base. It
make-
will not be the actual. So we should.
Should we just make a helper function?
Yeah. But this one is also only required for our like. Well, I guess if somebody needs it, they could use the get name kind of. We could make get name in the
Yeah.
and yeah.
Maybe if it's static or no.
No, just that private because we need it to be within. Wait, but will this one actually? Will this one return? Will it return just base or will it actually return the quests? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, if we no, I'm thinking about the like help function to get a name.
Yeah, that's what I mean also.
know.
But I wonder like if you make it in
Yeah.
here, will it return? Oh, but it works with the other thing. Wait, where is it?
Well,
Yeah, it should return the actual name of the thing. Yeah,
yeah, like down here.
yeah. And just get class name. Or whatever, get name.
Yeah.
Can you just do replace after? So if somebody buys type quests, so
Maybe can I maybe yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, trim. Yes, it's called trim. Yes. I'm just trying to ask Gemini. Oh wait, yeah, I do that. What the fuck? Damn, your toes bleeding? Oh no. But you know, it's so. Okay. I mean, if that's what you're saying.
What is it saying? No, not your slices again.
Yes.
No, my
How long is this shit? Okay. So you might think like do that, but you know, no. That's how you do it.
But no, that's gonna take the ending part, no matter what it is.
Yeah, but it will always be quest, and if it isn't quest, I don't know. You're bad. You just get with the times.
Oh man. What? Yeah. How about that?
Gonna ask Gemini.
This is a crazy system.
Also, I like that the naming for shit is like super specific. Because if you name quest like wrong, maybe you forget a letter, then this shit doesn't work.
But you can't name quest wrong. Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I can do that quite good.
Maybe we should just have like error checking that will just kill the entire program if you name this wrong.
Now, just print a log.
Yeah, I don't know.
I prefer the logs.
Okay.
I don't want the thing to crash anymore.
Yeah, but we can probably like do a test in here, you know?
I think I have a mosquito bite.
Damn.
I'm just completely talking about something different. What the fuck?
Nah, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, I see the setup. Okay, that makes sense. No, this one you can throw, because this is the setup. So if the setup fails, I hate when it does it in runtime. But if it's the setup, then it's fine that it crashes.
Bam, very good error.
And then they have class quest, and they add another quest.
Uh,
Okay.
The first thing that happened was this.
Yeah. Let's see what it is. What is the actual quest that?
It's the error I just made.
Yeah, but it doesn't say which quest. It just says quest name. Doesn't say.
Oh my god, bro, can't you just
Console log
format
what
it?
quest that name actually does, because console log both of them. Oh yeah, but you have them both there actually, so why not just? But quest that name. You want to see what the quest that name returns?
How do we do that?
You type quest that name. No, what?
Yeah, this error message is the best.
Yes.
Or do we wait at the
Just-
end?
yeah. Quest that name. What are you doing? What the fuck?
Isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah, just run it.
I have an idea, really quick.
What is happening? Okay, I see. So subscribe to portal. Subscribe portal is not equal to subscribed quest. Wow, where did the portal come from?
Where? Great, I guess.
Go and check the get class again. I can see where. Oh, we can. I think it's a slice thingy. We don't use slice.
One sec.
Why are you? Why not just? Okay.
Just because that shit doesn't format anyways.
You need to put. Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you see this.
Yeah, that's bad.
Also, this doesn't, you know.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. Yeah.
I will though.
Okay. Then you use that name, yeah. Cannot find, I would need import. Oh, Chris has no export member. Ah. Where is it taking the import from? What the fuck?
This is in the namespace.
Ah, okay. Okay, but now,
Yeah, okay.
remove the slice thing and just put that normal, like, thing. Subscribe portal is not equal. What if you just return constructor.name? Don't do the filtering stuff. Test quest is not equal to test. Oh, so it worked for the first one, but
Oh wait, is the key? Oh, the key still stores. Oh wait, I know what to fix. Okay. But you see, test quest. Okay, it's because it
no, the test quest on
doesn't
the
really
second
do
row
the
is,
lower.
that's your own text. That's not the actual name.
Okay, but you see, this is the name, which for
No, that's not the name. That's quest. That's the quest you have written there.
no, the first one is the quest name.
Yeah, the first one is the quest name. The second one is also, but you put a colon after it because it's confusing with the quest. You know, the text quest there. Yeah, so it's clear that it's something else there.
But yeah, okay. Oh, that's okay. Okay, well, so you said now it's just a quest thingy. Oh, I know the problem. It's because I wasn't trimming the space.
What the fuck?
So maybe that. Bam.
Subscribe? Do we have a subscribe? Oh, do you have a? No, we don't have a subscribe portal. Where does it
No.
come from?
I think it's because arrays in this language for some reason are just big strings. And I think it's combining mysterious portal with subscribe. Like, why do arrays in this language just have to be big strings? Just make an array.
You know, maybe it's just better if we get the quest from the thingy and then we just make a member variable of it. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, but now it's kinda too late, man.
I don't know how
That's
these
like,
arrays things work in TypeScript. That's just dumb as fuck what it's doing right now.
Yeah, you could say that. Okay, test quest. Amazing. But let's look at what this shit down here. What does pop do?
The fuck do I? It's okay. Just copy paste that whole thing in there.
Yeah, but we don't have access to the path.
Okay, wait. It splits. Ah, but pop takes out. So you split every slash and it pops the top. and you take it from
Yeah.
source quest /ts, and then it just pops.
Wait.
Oh, so
wait,
it pops
wait.
the dot. Oh, wait, what?
We are gonna do some funny business.
Well, this thing is already quite funny, so I don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, no!
Yes. yes.
This is not funny anymore.
I'm not sure we need that. Okay.
Quest is
What?
not even...
no, no, it took everything except for that shit. No, what? No, this is bullying.
Switch the order
Bro.
of them. No, that makes no sense.
Perfect.
No, that doesn't
No
make
sense.
That makes no sense. Can we just store the member variable name? And then just use that.
No. We can, but wait.
I think that's almost cleaner than what we're trying to do right now. And also it will only be in the back end, you know, like the one who working on the quest will never need to know. And if they do need to know, it will still be there for them to use.
Yeah, but it's just more management to do it like that.
Well, actually we put it in the constructor, that you have to pass in the name in the constructor of the
Uh,
class. And then, because nobody else should...
Yeah, we don't have a constructor.
But we can make a constructor.
No, we can't, because the globe is responsible for that.
No. If you go back to where we create the
Yes.
classes, you just pass in the name of the thing, right? Here. Look, go back there.
But
Go back there to the globe. There, boom. You say new quest class. We put a constructor in the base class that you have to provide the name of this thing before you create the class. Oh wait, we can.
nah, no, that doesn't work.
Why would not work? Look, we need the...
Like, how hard can it be to remove a suffix?
No, because this is dumb as fuck. We can't do it because JavaScript or TypeScript will do some weird shit that I don't understand, so we don't. Fuck it.
Well, we just have to. I'm just googling because AI is so stupid. But yeah, I just need to.
But how is it possible that
Is there like a trim from left?
Wait, in the test class, what is it? Is it called test quest, right? No.